can do this too. Hello, everyone out there in Twitch land. Nice to see you all again. Thank you for joining us. Right on time, if you're here. We are about to commence session 2 of Voyage of the Fallen Star, a campaign that both myself and Chad down there playing Varonis. We've both worked on this campaign for Dungeon in a Box. Go check them out, dungeoninabox.com. Monthly subscription. You get all sorts of things, minis, maps, adventures, and digital, physical, whatever you want. They are not our sponsors, but we are proud to bring you this game by them and for you. What may be coming up in this session and future sessions is some homebrew options, mostly in terms of archetypes that the players will be taking up, that I eventually will be putting out for publication once some playtesting has been done. So look forward to that if you come again. And so we begin our second session. Cast your minds into the imaginal realm of myth, symbol, and adventure, and let us play together. So our heroes have delved into the monastery of the Arched Sky, a ruined temple of a sky-worshipping cult from ages past. They are searching for a hidden treasure that may hopefully lead to the fallen star. A star has come from the astral plane and crashed onto the material plane somewhere, and legend has it that those who recover a fallen star shall be granted a wish. So delving into these ruins, they have found remnants of an earlier expedition with marks of MB, marking crates and stuff, and that corresponds to this letter that the group got from a sage describing the temple and what might be held within. After passing through some thickly spidered webbing, the group starts to, explore the different chambers of this temple. An ornate door catches some of their attention, and Sweetness, along with Varonis, investigate that a little bit. There is also a muddy trail that moves through, which eventually led to the discovery of a massive dragon skull hermit crab that lives in this shallow pool within the dungeon. Let's just throw a picture of that again, just to remind everyone. Very cool monster designed specifically by Dungeon in a Box for this game. And after Omarin, right, the group's druid, was able to somewhat befriend this beastie, allowing Bungo to swim through a hidden tunnel. And on the other side, not only did he find a secondary exit, but also this tiny shard of astral metal, right? So metal that glows with star patterns on the inside. Another room contained this magical orrery that was jammed from years of neglect, but maneuvering, pulling, and prodding the levers and gears and arms into place caused, this magical device to bestow some blessings upon our group. And also gave Varonis both a feathery beard, which has since fallen off, as well as a vision of a, potentially bad future, where a great red dragon is laying waste to the coast and the city of Greyhaven where our heroes are based out of in particular. Moving through the rest of this temple, you've found more evidence of this expedition, a charred corpse in front of what seems to be a trapped statue, but none of the traps seem to be active currently. Or they've been, they were disabled in the past or triggered in the past and have not been reset. And where we found our PCs now, they have discovered a side chamber that is overgrown with moss and fungus because a slow stream of water comes in from the outside world. And among these mundane plants, there were a couple of violet fungi which became violent with our heroes when they tried to transgress. But dispatching those fairly quickly, and Bungo almost becoming plant food, yet his silvery barbs saved him. The group was able to recover some of the, precious items that had been stored there once upon a time. So they are now right inside this hallway. A door to the east leads to a different chamber, and to the west, back the way they had come from. And that is where we begin, searching for more clues for the fallen star.
Right. Well, with the fungus defeated, we may as well keep going to the east.
Is this a doorway here?
Yes,
Yep.
that is a
doorway. Surely one of you tall folk will,
I'd like to collect
pop
a
open.
sample of the fungus.
Oh, of course you would.
Absolutely. Why don't you make a nature check?
My fave.
What could go wrong?
Bat.
Well, you haven't dealt with this fungus too much before, and knowing that you want to be sort of cautious, you slice off a few meaty portions, but you really don't know how valuable they'll be until later on.
The nature of science.
Yeah.
Well, I will happily move ahead a bit here.
Alrighty. So Veronis, moving into the next chamber. Again, this whole monastery temple has had these decorative motifs, right, of the starry skies, and this chamber is no different. And in fact, it is perhaps even more breathtaking as you move in. So the inside of this chamber resembles the interior as if you had just stepped into a geode, right? The whole walls and ceilings are just protrusions of small crystalline growths. And in the light of Bungo's dancing lights, just the tiniest source of light sends reflections and refractions all throughout the room, and the room seems to sparkle of its own accord. A single larger crystal sits suspended from the ceiling in the center of the room, around 4 feet tall. So it's a pretty large crystal here.
Is that what's here?
Well, no, because it's suspended from the ceiling, so it's not represented on the map.
Gotcha. I think Varanus just taps his wooden staff against the stone, and he's just like, remarkable. What can I tell? What kind of stone or gem? Or
it's probably mostly quartz and mica, right? These crystals don't seem overly valuable, but they certainly seem very, again, decorative. And in fact, due to your training in the arcane arts, you can see that this chamber, in fact, resembles some sort of, like, star map. Like as you sort of look up Veronis, you sort of flash back to the night sky, and you're like, oh, that's the constellation of the Pegasus up there, right? So this chamber seems to represent like the actual night sky, in the way that it's laid out.
Yeah, and I think Varanus conveys that to everyone. He just his scaled mouth kind of smirks a little bit, and he's like, "A glimpse into the heavens," and like points out some of the constellations.
Yeah, it's real interesting, Varanus. Meanwhile, I'm definitely trying to grab one of these big, pretty crystals and like stuff it in my pocket.
Why don't you make
Do they break off the wall?
Sleight of hand check to see how you do with that?
You might Legends of the Hidden Temple this thing here.
There we go.
Yeah.
19.
So yeah, you're able to break off a fairly sizable piece, without anything untoward happening.
Nice.
Yeah, and you stuff it away. You hear it clink against the little astral shard fragment in your pocket.
Pretty little keepsake, just for Bungo. Well, I guess there's plenty more. You guys can help yourselves.
Sure. Varanus, you said this appeared to be like the constellations matched the night sky, right?
Yes, so it seems.
And how well do you know the constellations? Do you know are you good at that kind of thing?
I am. I like to think so. And I imagine... Go
ahead.
ahead.
I was wondering, can you tell what time of year this might match this location, right? The constellations should change over the course of the year. Does this match what we see right now, or does it match like a different time of year or a different location or something else?
So,
let me see. And
yes.
That's actually a brilliant idea. I will kind of try to see if I can discern anything like that from it.
Yeah. So taking a little more time to look at it, you get this sense that this large blue central crystal, in fact, represents the world, right? So that's like the center, the geocentric view of this world here. And you recognize that it represents roughly the spring into summer constellations, which fortuitously is the time of year that this whole adventure is taking place at the moment.
All right, I pass that along to the pals.
I wonder if the constellations in here would change over time.
If you have months to wait around, I mean.
Yeah, Zach, we'd like to camp out here for a few months, just see what happens with us. Can we skip ahead in time? No.
No, we might have a random encounter. Hang
on. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I think. Are these braziers in here too?
Yes. So throughout throughout much of this dungeon, there have been these magical braziers that sort of automatically light up with some dim light when you enter any chamber with them. So yes, while Bungo's lights certainly, give a nice color on the situation. Yeah, they just automatically light up.
What's this? Peeking into this room up ahead, is this?
This
looks like some kind of office area or something.
Well, yes. So the door is slightly ajar. So as you move closer, you see it is a study of some sort.
Zach, don't forget to scroll the window.
Right. Thank you. Yes, it is a study.
Awesome.
And there's another body.
Yes. So, one more thing. So, Sweetness, as you're moving through the sort of star map chamber, you can't help but notice your boots become a little more sooty as you move through. And in fact, looking around the edges of the chamber, you see small piles of fine ash spread around.
Do they seem to be, uh, does it seem spread out, or is it like clumped together? I see like little piles, or is it just off in the corners? It seems like some ash is collected.
It's collected. I mean, they're not terribly large piles, right? But yeah, there's definitely.
So as the rest of the party is going on, I think Sweetness kind of looks askance at them, and then down at the ash, and then like gets down on his hands and knees, and is like, gonna investigate. Should I do an investigation check, or?
Yeah, why not? Let's roll one up. Investigation's good. Yeah.
Good.
Excellent.
Good.
Yeah.
Look at him.
So you take a little whiff of this ash, right? Stir it up a bit, and as you're sort of looking around, this room and at the central crystal, and thinking about what you've encountered so far in this place, you're starting to put the pieces together that this room also might be some sort of trap, right? Defense of the Sky Temple. You think that perhaps once activated, yeah, these geodes could amplify energy and light to create dangerous conflagration, perhaps due to the ash.
Could I search about and try to? So I think Sweetness in general has become quite curious. We are obviously suspicious that some people have come down here before us. I think we're assuming that many of the traps have been triggered. I think I would like to look about and see if I can. Is there a chance of them? Are they have they been triggered in ways that mean that they're done, they're off? And you'd have to go through quite a lot to re-engage them. Or is I think I want to find out if there's some chance.
Yeah.
Looking for a kind of pressure plate, or.
So, well, I'll say with that investigation check you made was good enough that you actually, yeah, you don't really see any physical trigger systems in place. So the deduction might lead you to think it would be magic.
At the time. Oh no.
I think you're back. Go for it.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I think for now, as we're to keep this to myself for a moment, but I'm I don't want to disturb anyone and be like, oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, in the meantime, right, as Sweetness is taking his time investigating this room, yeah. So this room had this study had much heavier doors than the previous one, right? As you sort of push that first one open, so this seemed to be definitely an important chamber. And you see on the far door is carved an intricate sun and moon pattern, right? The sun and moon sort of eclipsing each other in some way. And sort of as a casual glance around this room, you see, this must have been a storeroom for maps, tools, right? Cartography equipment, globes, telescope, astrolabes, right? All sorts of apparatus used to chart and measure and the stars.
Very cool. Well, I think I'm drawn to this central desk here. So, Varanus, is gonna go over to this desk and take a look at what's on it.
Sure. Let's see. Well, you start pawing through some things, and here, let me get the camera over.
Ray, I can't help but notice Bungo immediately moved himself over by what looks to be a treasure chest.
Look, I'm just wandering around the room.
Uh, well, you start pulling out stuff, right? A lot of the scrolls and are not in the best condition, um, for sure, because it's been how many decades, maybe even centuries that this place has since this place has been active. Um, and so mostly you're judging, right, from your keen eye, especially since you've sailed, been on the sea for a while, Veronis. Um, you're guessing that the art objects, the charts, the all of this like cool equipment might be worth as much as 250 gold to the right buyer.
And is this like generally cartography and navigation equipment?
Most likely, exactly. So you'd even be able to, pawing through this stuff, you could even find cartographer's tools,
Excellent.
as well as, um,
Like a navigator's kit or something? Is that a
yeah,
thing?
navigator's
Yeah, I think that is a
tools
thing.
and cartographer's tools. You can, find
All
full
right.
sets of both. Um,
I'll add those to my stuff here.
yeah.
And then I like motion you guys and I say, we should keep these. They'll be worth more than a few coppers.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, are there any? You said there's also like maps here. I mean, is there any maps of just like the general sea region or
You do,
anything in that regard
yeah.
that would be useful?
You do find a map of the Great Sea, just like the one
Nice.
at the start screen, but now you have a handout.
Now we have an actual map of the.
Right.
We have it.
Exactly.
Alright, cool.
And of course, it's not fully filled in, right? There are the edges of the map are shrouded in mystery. You've got the major islands and
Here be stars.
yes.
Would be the star. Is star marked anywhere on it?
Not
Where are we right now on this map? Actually,
so
do
on
we
the
know?
yeah, all the way on the right-hand side, you see the landmass that says Greenwald, and then just to the left of that is a little dot that says Greyhaven.
Yeah, I see Greyhaven.
So you guys are like north of that in that Kraken Bay area,
Gotcha.
right? Southern edge of Kraken Bay.
And this temple is on like an island, or is this on the mainland?
It's on the mainland, but it's on like a coastal area of the mainland.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sweetness is sort of cautiously noted, obviously sort of nervous, scanning the room.
Sweetness, what are you so worried about? You look nervous, my friend.
Just seems like there's a lot of traps, or were a lot of traps.
I just
And,
kind of look over at the corpse and like give him a little tug with my boot. Like, I think these guys handled it for us.
well, since you've been the one to approach this corpse closest, Bungo, you actually notice it is a halfling. The stench of death is faint, right? It's been a long time since this person died, and their body has decayed somewhat, but yeah, probably eaten by whatever little critters come around. Yeah, but it's definitely someone of your stature.
Well, out of respect, I search the body to see if there's anything useful, as I'm sure my halfling companion would want.
So you start rifling around, and you Well, how do you do it? Do you just pat him down? Do you like flip the corpse over?
I think first I would flip him over and then, close his eyes if there's any eyeballs left. I don't know if they've been eaten out by rats.
Yeah,
But
no
if they haven't,
eyeballs
then
left. Yeah.
no eyeballs. Okay. Well, I'll flip him over. I'll pat him down. See if he's got anything in his pockets, any interesting armor or medallions or anything like that.
He was wearing leather armor. And you do find a couple daggers still in their sheaths that are serviceable. But nothing stands out. And in fact, as you're sort of pawing over this corpse,
Oh no.
You hear from over your shoulder a voice. Hello there!
What was that?
Hello there!
Hello where? What? Oh!
And
oh man.
hovering behind your shoulder, Bungo, is the
Ghost of Jerry Garcia.
ghostly figure of
Oh my gosh.
a certain adventurer.
Sweetness falls prone. Can I see this?
Yes, everyone can. Right. What?
Pops into existence. I stumble backward, like, oh!
My goodness.
Oh!
To
Don't
begin with.
do
Well,
not
I'll try and
be
maintain my
alarmed.
composure.
Make a you can maintain it.
Okay.
It's a halfling ghost after all.
I'm prone somewhere over here.
Hello there, sir. I'm afraid it seems that you've suffered
been-
great misfortune.
Picking over my corpse. That's what it seems.
You're right. I thought you weren't using it anymore.
Well, fair is fair. But who might you be?
Oh, so rude of me. You're right. I am Bungo Barleybrook, a humble sailor of Greyhaven, and halfling of the Riverlands. And these are my faithful companions and crew, Varanus, Sweetness, Kylum, and I think Omarin is hiding somewhere in the room back there.
I am doing no such thing.
He shouts from the other room.
Nice to meet you, my good ghostly sir.
I give a...
And I think I move up next to him here, and I kind of like look and say, "How have you managed to find the other side?"
Well, my memory is somewhat hazy, but I am Magnus Barrelblock, famed treasure hunter, and I came here with an expedition. But we encountered some difficulty. And he looks down at his own corpse.
It certainly seems that way, sir. I'm afraid that it seems your other companions also came to grisly ends in other chambers as well.
Yes, they, I thought I would make it, have all the fodder go first, but,
Right.
well,
right.
Here I am.
Were you the last member of your expedition that was still alive by the time you reached this room?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, I was the leader of this expedition.
Right.
Yes, human?
Query. This is to you, Zach. So, in terms of what we see, his body is laying in front of a closed door.
Yes, the door in front of him is closed, right.
And we just see his body just prostrate,
Well,
I guess
Bungo has
turned
flipped it over, right, exactly. Yeah. And the ghost is hovering, a few feet next to it.
Could I think, sort of looking from the ghost to the body, can I see any wounds on the body? Any evidence?
Yes.
What
so
might
your
be the cause of death?
Yeah, your quick assessment with your medically trained eyes, notice that this fellow died from poison.
Ah, I was picturing like a House or Sherlock Holmes, like fractured metacarpal, like going over the.
Well, no, you see around the mouth, although, yes, time has taken its toll, but there are the telltale signs of blackened tongue, right, is what...
Sweetness,
I think, Zach, Varanus looks to the ghost and he says, what was it you were seeking? Scarlet Kate's treasure, I assume?
He looks a bit surprised at this, when you meant... It's like, something to help find Are you after Scarlet Kate's treasure?
Well, we're after many things, I suppose. It seems that there are many buried secrets here in these ruins.
Yes, secrets that will kill you.
Oh, well, that's true. But mostly we're looking for a way to find the fallen star.
I don't know if that predates your...
You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
I'm afraid not. I've heard legends of such things. Is that... So you're not after Scarlet Kate's treasure? You're after this star?
Certainly not going to turn it down.
What is the treasure?
Oh, Scarlet Kate was this magnificently brutal and quite comely, I hear, pirate queen. But her ship and all its booty was lost long ago. But, research shows that perhaps there are clues to find it. And
the clues are here?
Well, that's perhaps I thought there might be something in here. We had come across this in some old, tome. I'm sure this Dragonborn could tell you about that. He looks over at Veronis, and he sees your massive spell book sort of slung at your side.
Yes.
But
I say, among the things I'd wish to learn, perhaps one day put in such a tome, is if there's a way to bring those like you back. Surely there must be a way.
I think it's called Raise Dead.
I'll have to look into that. It sounds a bit beyond my level of comprehension.
Yes. You have to go bow and scrape to all the priests and bring many bags of diamond dust or some such.
But Magnus, surely you must have wondered, why have you lived on in this form?
That's true. None of your companions appeared to us as spirits.
That is a fascinating question. I've thought about it. Perhaps I have some unfinished business with Scarlet Kate's treasure. But
and you just
cannot leave this room. For my corpse is here, and for whatever reason, I am bound. I am bound here to just wait for the likes of you.
It seems like some of what Magnus's words were there hit Varanus like very visibly, like a light bulb, like an epiphany, and you just see him sort of mutter to himself, scraping under his chin. He says, "Unfinished business," and that's sort of all for the moment.
Sorry. So, Sweetness is putting to this is clearly the MB who wrote the letter and who made the map.
Well, so remember, Sendrail wrote the letter, but he quoted, right? He quoted stuff
and the
from
map has
MB.
MB on it.
Yes, right.
Who is in possession of that present in the party?
Me.
Varanus is.
Yeah.
Perhaps in a moment, if I can catch Varanus's eye, I'm kind of like,
B. Yeah, I'll take out the map at that.
Somehow we ended up, with this map that this guy made.
Or quote. Yeah, exactly.
I'll just I'll throw it up for the viewers again. Just
Good catch.
Yeah, give them a little. So this was, you can see MB penciled in the bottom right hand. Yeah, and it was a very crude path going in, right? And it looks like, according to this map anyway, yes, as soon as you pull this out, Magnus is like, "You have my map as well? Oh, are you sure you didn't come to rescue me after all these years?"
It's a little late for that, I think.
Well, until I learn this raised dead business, it doesn't seem there's any way to do that now.
Mr. Barrow Black. What?
Barrow Block!
Barrow Block, excuse me. Yes. What year was it that you started and ended this expedition?
Well, I can't imagine it was that long ago. Must have been, it was, 1527. The year of the Scarlet Silverwing.
Which, of course, right now, I know that it's...
Right, you know that it is, around 60 years later.
Which I knew, of course.
Yeah. Does anyone relay this to Magnus?
Don't have the heart to tell him.
Immediately say, of course, "My gods, man, you've been trapped down here 60 years, it seems."
We all look away.
60 years? No! I could have sworn my memory's not that bad. I would have known if it was... And his face just goes like sullen, and he's like, "What has become of me? Is my name still chanted in the streets as legendary treasure hunter?"
Oh, yeah.
Hang on. As a guy who spends a lot of time hanging out in bars, have I ever heard of Magnus Barrel Block?
You can make a history check.
Sure.
No, not a name you've heard.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that in the places that you're from, you're definitely still considered an absolute legend. For sure.
That does my... And he puts his hand through his chest. Does my residual heart good.
Hopefully that brings you
heart.
peace.
Well, perhaps completing this unfinished business of yours will allow your spirit to rest at last, or at least we could.
Yes.
Instead.
Yes. I believe right through this door, right here, is the vault of these sky priests. And I was so close.
Oh. Well, on that subject, actually, what sort of traps might be waiting for us, do you think?
Well, there was one by this door with some spiky bits. Couldn't figure that one out. There was a fire shooting one.
Yeah.
And one with little darts that I took out both Willie and Sam, unfortunately. In the room past, well, it's hard to describe. It's like these beams of light just started cut cutting through everyone. And I lost 3 of my men there.
Is he referring to the previous room?
Yes, the immediately previous room.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yes, I went to try my skills at this this door here, and well, I think I got nicked, and slowly faded into nothing.
Was it agonizing?
And he actually fades away at that.
Sweetness, who was like on the edge of a like. And sort of, I was gonna say, Sweetness sort of turns to Bungo and the rest of the group and is like, well, we know a lot of useless stuff. We don't know how he died.
We learned some useless stuff, but we also learned the tale of Magnus Barrowblock, which is...
Bungo's like scribbling a couple of poetic, bardic, you know.
This is a new tale to add to.
I can hear him humming like. Interesting. Well, Sweetness is going to make his way to the body and just sort of confirm his suspicion. And I'll relay that to the group, and he's like, "Looks like poison to me."
Interesting.
I'm going to go ahead and step away from this door. Now that this has all been discussed.
So in fact, actually, Bungo, as you were sort of, now sort of done with the body, your eye sort of is drawn to the corner by the door, and you actually see a folded up small leather case, a small leather case, and you missed it before, but in fact it's a set of thieves' tools.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just go ahead and scoop those up then, if nobody wants them.
And as you do, you notice, right, as you sort of bend down, you come right to eye level. There is a tiny needle that is sticking out near the locking mechanism of the door.
Poison needle trick.
Right, he tried to pick it and got nicked. Well, that's a cautionary tale for the first time that I try to use these. You guys think he got the door unlocked before he got, dead?
Only one way to find out.
You're right. Somebody else open the door.
Can I?
I will go to the door and try to push it open.
It is firmly locked, and remember, these are big, heavy stone doors. And yeah, there's an obvious or clear, lock panel. But yes.
So it is clearly locked. So
yes.
I turn back to the party and shrug.
So, could I look at? Is there any glass in this room?
Sure. Some of the instruments have little glass pieces, little globes, or...
I'll tell you, what Sweetness is trying to think, and I'm wondering if he could sort of, in his medical memory, for this, I was like, could you wrap a rag, if you wet a rag in something and wrap that over your face to avoid breathing it, and then if there was a sufficient sized piece of glass of some kind, you want something to protect your eyes. And I'm trying to think how we could get, someone in there with the thieves' tools, have their mouth covered, and also have their eyes, somehow covered, in case there's a chance of
Like a
re-triggering the
poison?
trap.
Oh, I thought the poison was like a poison needle that stabbed him.
Yeah, I'm assuming it could stab him. I don't know if it's sprayed in his... I mean, needles can squirt stuff. So
says the surgeon. Yeah.
Yeah. I think,
Not a bad precaution.
Or if you just want to chance it, I'll try to heal you.
Either way.
I think that our friend here has already taken the poison dose. and I don't feel safe about stepping into the room, but I do feel okay about trying to pick the lock.
You know what we could do is we could take his dead body and just fuck with the lock a little bit and just let it get
that would
stabbed
be
a
very
few more
disgraceful
times.
to his body. He's still here watching over us in some form.
Yeah.
Bungo, if you want to try your hand at this lock, I will support you in this. I will watch your back and be ready to heal you to the extent that I can.
All right, cool. Yeah, I don't think we should start throwing his body around because he'll definitely attack us at that point.
Right.
Sweetness.
Also, don't forget the house rule about story points. So if you would like to spend a story point on a roll, you get advantage.
Boy, what an opportune time to spend a story point on this lockpicking roll, since I'm not proficient with lockpicking tools.
Zach, just so the...
Go ahead. Blake. Oh, so I was just saying, while they're doing this, I think Sweetness would maybe like to take some time just investigating the room. You know, I know that we're sort of here. There's lots of charts and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Just wondering if there's anything on, like maybe predicting a fallen star or something like that. And any information that might be related to in the literature or the charts that are about.
Yeah. Well, that would definitely take some. You don't see anything obvious. It would take some time to really search through this stuff.
Okay, I think as what his character might be doing during this.
Sure.
I mean, maybe he makes no progress, but
like
maybe we could be keeping an eye on our friend Bungo in case something goes horribly wrong.
Well, Bungo, you're sort of,
you're your support.
You're fiddling with it. You're like, I got it, and then the pick breaks. You still got plenty. You still got plenty of other picks, but it didn't work.
Oh boy.
Bungo his roll.
I don't have a lot of practice with these things yet, guys.
Wonder, does it seem like with the combined strength of all of us, we might be able to break in this door? Does that seem possible, Zach? Giving this door a look. I know you described it as very strong, but there's quite a few of us.
I believe the Dragonborn is stronger.
Yes.
Well, due to the limitations of how many people can get next to the door, I'd say only 2 people at most could attempt it. Unless
desk.
Oh.
Well, a wood desk is not going to break through a stone door.
Oh, the door's stone. Right?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Just thinking here.
Keep picking.
We can push it down, man. I'm pretty strong. Get over here,
break
Dragonborn.
A few more picks. Break a few more picks.
Maybe you could hand me one of those lockpicks.
I'm already pushing on the door. Go over here. Help me push the door.
Well, I'm not.
All right, I'll happily. If I see Bungo and all of his diminutive stature pushing against the door, I'm definitely gonna help get over here and help push against the door.
Respect the strength 15 score. Okay, get out of here.
All right.
Okay.
So whoever wants to take the lead can roll with advantage.
What would it be? Would it be like an athletics check?
Athletics. Oh no, sorry. This would just be a straight up strength roll.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
to burst the door.
That would be. I'd basically be rolling +2. But if yours is better.
I also am just rolling a +2, so.
All right. Well, I feel like you want to roll with advantage, and it feels like more of your.
Yeah, Bungo is taking the lead, so. Hey!
Yeah.
Bungo rolls up his sleeves, right? Pretty burly for a halfling.
Just gotta put your back into it, lad.
And yeah, you just sort of ram this door with Varanus, right? Emphasis on the first syllable.
Correct. Thank you, sir. Correct.
Varanus, coming in behind you to give that last little push, and the door, cracks through the locking mechanism. And yeah, swings open, and you see an altar on the far side of the room, and it's almost set up as a shrine, and on top of it sits a strange looking compass.
Oh.
Don't read the description yet.
Okay.
Just look
Well,
at
that may be what we've come for, though.
Just look at the... And as soon as the door bursts open, you know, from behind you, you hear a voice. Yes! That's it! That's what will lead to Scarlet Kate's treasure!
Now, one thing, Zach. I think right as we push in, I almost imagine like our momentum maybe carrying into the room a bit. And I look back over my shoulder at him, but then after he's finished saying that, I feel like I look around the room. Does it look like there's any danger that I see in here?
You can make a perception check, assuming that this is like a quick, you know, quick looker.
Yeah, I
around.
think it's just a quick. Yeah, it's probably just a quick look. Lucky number 7.
Yeah. Well, luckily you don't see anything that looks dangerous.
Okay. So I will advance toward this altar.
All right. Well, you do. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. So Bungo, as you step a little closer,
But you.
Well, you notice that
halflings.
on the top side of this compass, you see a piece of similar looking metal to that one in your pocket. So you can see on the north part of that the compass image, right?
Yes.
There's a little thing, and then there's these other slots.
Okay, yeah.
And you notice Varanus, as Bungo is entering the room, that the compass needle is pointing directly at him. At Bungo.
Okay.
A bit of star.
I will pull the bit of metal out of my pocket, and I'll approach the compass. If I move it, wave it around it, does it
the compass needle follows.
Cool.
Okay, that settles that.
All right. Well, my halfling curiosity, I have to. What happens if I put it in one of the slots? I'll put it in one of the slots, next to the one that already has a slot here.
It slots in, and you see this magical pulse go across the compass, and the needle points directly westward.
Whoa.
I think I imagine all of our heads kind of going just turning and looking at it.
Seriously.
Cool.
This must be pointing to the closest bit of this material, you think, right? This star metal?
That's what I was thinking, yes.
Just to be sure, take out the piece of metal that you put in and put it in a different slot. See if that changes it.
Can I pull the piece out?
The original piece or the one you put in?
One I just put in.
Yes.
And then does it return to following that piece of metal until I put it back in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, cool.
I'll put it in a different one and see if it still points west. Put a different slot.
All right, I'll put it back in the opposite side.
It slots in, but I'm not going to change the drawing, every time.
Well, sure.
No.
Well, but does it behave any differently?
Yeah, does it still
no.
point west?
Yes, it still points directly west after you put it in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Try not. No.
Let's start stuffing different stuff in there. No.
Yes. So meanwhile, Omarin, what have you been? You've been sort of on the periphery here, and you're muted. Okay.
Yeah, no. So Omarin was a bit cautious as they sort of burst open the door, but he's very intrigued by all of these maps and these charts and anything particularly nautical. Omarin is not himself a terribly good navigator, but knows the usefulness of all of these things.
Cool. Well, I mean, Sweetness is going around sort of like looking at this stuff. Do you want to help? You know, like, would you be going through it yourself or just sort of looking around?
No. Absolutely going through it himself, potentially a bit more respectfully than his companion, but nonetheless doing his own
Oh, you
thing.
think so? You think so? Do you? A bit presumptuous. I'm a fairy. Sweetness is very fastidious. He's gingerly taking the documents.
Yeah. Yes, and sensitive, fastidious and sensitive. Yeah.
All right. So why don't you two either you can make separate investigation checks. Just going, Sweetness, you had said you wanted to look for stuff related to the fallen star, or some, thereabouts. And Omarin, if you want to have any particular goal in mind.
I think everything that would be useful on a ship he wants to have and take.
Okay, well, fair enough. So you're just gathering stuff more than looking through
totally.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
definitely gathering stuff and saying, oh, no, this chart, I got a copy of that, don't need that. Let me take the next one, sort of, very much.
You just have like a standard bag, though, right? Like a backpack.
Yeah.
I would do a disadvantage investigation. You said it would take a lot of time.
Yeah, unless you guys want
to
spend time, rest up or whabe but.
I don't imagine.
Sure.
Why we wouldn't spend 20 or 30
we have the astrolabe thing, the astral compass. So is that cool if I just do a disadvantage and?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you don't find anything directly right. I mean, you find some of the legends, right? They corroborate the idea that a fallen star is very valuable, but also very rare, and it can herald. This is something you find. It heralds times of kind of chaos. Tends to come in the wake of a fallen star, at least on the material plane.
I see him catching that bit out of maybe the corner of his eye, and the camera does kind of a pan into it face, and someone's like, "Sweetness, let's go," and it's like,
yeah.
Zach, can I make an investigation just to find anything? I mean, there's got to be a hidden drawer or something in this.
Sure. I mean, if that's what you're interested in.
It's a hidden drawer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at home in this environment.
You find what looks to be a personal journal, right? Very nicely decorated. But it only has this like leather buckle strap that closes it. But for some reason, whenever you're trying to open it, your fingers just can't. Like they just like slip off the buckle. Like they're just, you're unable to undo the buckle of this journal.
It reeks of wizards. I will show it to Varanus, and after he's done faffing about in the other room, and ask him if he can open it. If he has seen such wizardry.
Ah!
Well...
No! I can tell you exactly what that is, Omarin.
Oh, I forgot you were here.
Well, I do kind of just sit here and not breathe.
What is this journal? What is this lovely book?
Well, would you permit me? I could show you much easier you allowed me to access to your person.
Oh, this seems like something that would make a wonderful
Roll initiative. Roll initiative.
experience. I think you'd feel a bit more at home in a halfling body, wouldn't you say?
I agreed, but there is also something to be said about variety.
What do you think, Bungo? You want to take over the team?
I absolutely cannot because I have to record this story. So I think you should, you know.
What?
No, I will not be in full possession of you. Do not worry.
This dude needs a body. I'll volunteer.
Do it. Do it. Yeah.
Can I make an insight check to figure out if this guy's like genuinely trying to be helpful or like trying to find a new body?
Sure. He definitely wants your body, or cause he thinks, right? His guess.
Flattering.
His guess. It's the only way he can leave this dungeon. Right? Because he has unfinished business.
Do it.
He's up to no
but
good.
He needs a body to leave. And he wants to get Scarlet's Cage treasure. Right? That's what he's after too. That's his business, right? That's his business.
He's not going to use any of our beautiful bodies to do it.
Well, you're entranced by the compass Varanus and Bungo.
Small critter, like a squirrel or something that he could inhabit.
Oh, we don't have to do that.
You said that you're up for him. Going for a ride.
Yeah, if you'll let, I'll host you. If you need a ride, I'm your guy.
You're gonna let him possess you?
Is he suddenly gonna know? No one's even seen your body. Is he gonna suddenly know what it's like?
He just immediately takes the helmet off and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, oh god, no!
Or he jumps out and is like, absolutely not. No.
It's like, I hope it wasn't Mandalorian rules with your armor, dude.
Anyone else besides this elf?
Wow. I'm so hurt. I go to the corner and I'm like sitting down and like just thinking for a little bit about my life.
He stinks of piety a little bit.
I don't know. That's kind of fucked up, man. He offered you his body and you're gonna reject it. Like, beggars can't be choosers.
So I think at this point,
am I a beggar? And he suddenly grows a little bit more stern at you, Bungo.
I think by now my initial attention in the compass has maybe been replaced by hearing this talk of the ghost possessing people's bodies. And I kind of like turn and go over here and I'm just like, what? We can't allow him to do that. Surely that sounds problematic.
No, I assure you, I can even help you on your journey. Please.
Are these torches? Are they in sconces? Is it like a torch?
Yes. But it's built in. It's just built into the wall.
While people are talking, Sweetness is gonna sort of come over surreptitiously to the body, and with his eye on the ghost, he's just gonna stab it.
Whoa.
The corpse?
Yeah, with like one of his scalpels. He's just wants to see if there's some connection still here in some way. Just curious.
Are you trying to do it stealthily, like without him noticing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make a stealth check with disadvantage, because
Yeah.
Does he need his eyes to see you doing something? He's a ghost.
Are those even eyes, or are they just spectral sockets?
Okay, he sees me. So I'm just kind of like.
Yeah. So he's like, please don't do that. Would you want someone stabbing you, your former living thing?
What? Wait, what did he
Why?
say?
Why? Like,
Uh,
why would you do
in the
that?
interest of science. Did it
Not
hurt?
full
I think
sweetness.
I'm just in bed. Yeah. Did it hurt?
No, but it was
It
like
sounds like
a like a big bug was crawling into your skin.
a phantom pain, perhaps.
That's what you felt?
Yes.
Sweetness sort of pockets his scalpel and it's
Well, look, all right. I think the important thing here is there's only one way you're getting out of this place, and that's in Kylem's body. Okay, I'm offended now that you've rejected him. So I
What?
think it's either that way, or we're just gonna have to move on. We've got the compass. We have what we came for.
Oh, right, the compass. And I'll go back over here and grab the compass.
All right. So you grab the compass, and you suddenly feel a rush of power because you feel that it's a very powerful magical object, right? It's probably it matches your tome, right? The inklings of its power match your tome, and yeah. And you can definitely tell that if you know how to use this thing by studying a little bit, it's got very, very useful magical properties. However, as you're marveling at its feel in your hands, you suddenly hear all like from the echoing from the stones all around this dungeon, this and like sounds of levers being thrown and all
all the
sorts
traps
of.
being reset.
Your intuition might tell you that. Yes.
Yes, okay.
Sweetness is like.
Man, the cleverness of these priests cannot be underestimated.
Well,
Yes,
fortunately,
and you
Sweetness
could
seems-
use my help. You could use me.
Yeah,
Well,
okay,
but-
Kylem.
We have your words, really. That and we've gone through the dungeon already ourselves, you see. So I really don't know that that's worth the price of admission. You taking over one of our bodies.
I'm not taking over. I'm like a house guest. I'll be a house guest.
Stinks after 3 days.
Just thinking the same thing. Lauren is a fisherman. He knows how fishermen smell.
But if this is the only option,
where is Omarin?
well, he was rifling through or picking through
He's
stuff.
over there. Sweetness is like, Omarin, come, stay in this room for now.
Yeah, Elmarin is like checking out stuff over here.
Okay, good.
So I can't have that elf instead.
Me, Elmarin puts me?
Yes, come.
Oh, I'm far too old for you. You think you need something younger and more nimble and spry.
Old?
What?
I've been waiting here 60 years.
In a wonderfully preserved state, I might add.
Thank you.
While this conversation is going on, I'm gonna kind of sidle over to Kylem and be like, "You're like a holy guy, right? Don't you have any like spirits, like holy symbol, ghost be gone kind of stuff?"
That's exactly why it's that guy.
I don't think he's like, badly intentioned. I don't want to banish him. I just want to like help him move on.
I guess that's fair. Well, look, I think there's only one way you're moving on, sir.
Does he really not seem like he's gonna go with Kylem?
He's
gonna give it. He's gonna give in. It seems.
Okay. Okay, I'll do an insight check or something on him because Sweetness is maybe about to do something a little.
Yeah. Well, you should just do it.
Well, no, it's sort of contingent on what he is about to, is he coming with or is he not?
Well, at this point, yeah, he's going to go with Kylan. I suppose I can't reject a helping hand. And I will be your helping hand.
I think I emerge with the astral compass about that time. Don't want to
Look
miss
at
the show here.
And you see his eyes, float over the compass, and he's just almost entranced by it. And he's like, oh, and Kylum, he just sort of steps into you, and you feel just this like shiver of ice water in your veins. And you're not resisting?
No.
Okay.
Not resisting.
You suddenly feel somehow more like
Level 2-ish.
like your attention is in more places at once, and you gain slightly better reflexes, and you get proficiency in dexterity saving throws.
That's cool.
And proficiency with thieves' tools, as your hands become a little bit more nimble, and you learn from Magnus's memories.
Cool. Can you hear?
Be counting on your help, Magnus.
And I think.
Well, just get that compass. Get that compass.
Can we hear Magnus? How can Magnus speak?
No. He can only speak to Mark, though. I'll try to manage that.
But I think I'm like, Kylum, it really is you.
I'm like, Kylum, follow my finger.
I
my little tongue depressor.
I start speaking in a deep, raspy voice. The seas, they're coming for us. They're coming for you all.
Oh no.
Later, it's fine.
Okay, so that's happened. I do actually check in with Kylum. I'm sort of like a little doctor.
Yeah, do you give him like a physical?
Yeah, turn your head and cough.
But you can't. Sure. Obviously, I don't take off my helmet or anything.
He has 4 balls.
Like.
And a hernia.
And this is when we learned that Kylum had high blood pressure. What a shame. What a shame.
But does Sweetness know the blood pressure levels of elves?
Yeah, really stressful hanging out with a bunch of, non-elf children all the time.
It's 140 over 80.
Yeah.
But he seems normal.
Yeah.
Do I ever seem normal to you?
That's fair.
I guess we can't,
Yeah. We better just get moving.
I can't even really give you a checkup. Okay, if that's... So I'm going to kind of let everyone... I mean, like, my suspicion is that we are trapped here. I think the traps may have reset. I have an idea for getting through the first one.
As to how not to be incinerated?
Yes, Kylum, just stay right there.
What?
I grab the dead body by the foot and I just start dragging it toward the other room. The little half body.
Wait, get. Oh, hey, yeah.
Is this what
Kylum,
Mark is
in your head, you hear this like scream, like stop that.
Hey, what are you doing with that? Maybe
Kylum,
don't.
stay right there. This is for all of our sakes. And if I get closer, I just huck the little halfling dead body.
Hey, that's very disrespectful. Please don't do that.
Has anything happened?
Nothing physical.
What do you mean nothing physical?
Oh, you mean yeah? No, yeah, nothing happened. The body flaps to the other side of the floor of the room.
Okay.
We're all like,
Never
Do
mind.
that again,
We're gonna
please.
use that for the
Nope.
next trap.
Please do not. That is again disrespectful to the dead.
He's
Disrespectful to
got a new
you, in
body.
fact, Mark, or
Yes.
Kylam directly, right?
I'm trying to frame it in my own words, but yes.
Sure.
Oh, does he feel it in a
Oh,
very
yeah.
direct first personal sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
I apologize, Kylam. I just I don't know what I was thinking.
I
Zach.
clearly do not buy that apology at all.
It was insincere.
Yeah, no insight check needed.
So, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, are the braziers still burning like they were before? We know there's maybe a magical fire trap at play here, so I'm kind of, I think from just looking into the room, does that look like it was, or changed at all, or?
Remember the braziers only turn on when someone is in the room. Yeah.
So then I'll speculate out loud to the group and say, I think those braziers will be what fires at us if we were to go in, but I do know there is a table, there is a, I basically say that I think we should maybe shield ourselves and attempt to go through.
Maybe it would be easier than shielding ourselves would be to cover the reflective surfaces in something like paint. If we have anything like sticky mud paint or anything like that, anything in our packs that we could like apply or toss on them.
But
it's gonna take you 5 minutes or so at least. Or,
concentration, yeah.
Oh my god.
Could I call our
So-
friend the giant crab? Like, could I summon him to our position?
I mean, you could yell out to him, but you know.
Do you know the mating call?
Right. It's like, well, I don't know if your voice will carry far enough for that.
Maybe with some magic.
Can anyone like summon a creature or anything, or my suspicion is that this and you know, Sweetness he says it's clearly not motion. You know, my suspicion is that it's life sensitive. If a living thing in this room, it is promptly
well, you know what?
vaporized.
I think I'm gonna
go ahead.
I'm still kind of thinking like
baby.
That I'll grab, like, these are chairs here, right? Are they?
You thinking to like get under them?
I'm thinking to like block them from like shooting rays of fire or something.
Oh, wait, was your theory that the braziers are gonna like emit whatever kind of laser or light that triggers this? That was your theory?
Kind of, or wherever it comes from. I just was thinking it might shoot at us or something.
Sure. Well, if it's the braziers, it becomes a much simpler problem because we can just remove the braziers.
I don't think it's the brazier. I think the braziers are sensitive to the same kind of magic that whatever this crystal is.
Okay, but you don't think it literally
judging by the complete, that it's merely piles of ash.
Right, of ash.
I think this is not going to be like a blast of fire. This is something very, it completely incinerated these people.
Well, it sounded like light beams of some sort, right? Like
light beams. So I don't know if.
I mean,
some of our more magic-y people want to do like an Arcana check and see if it can be dispelled.
I could probably just I think I should just enter the room and try my best to dodge whatever it is and see what happens.
Wow. Sweetness is.
It feels like you're already being influenced.
Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Was that not how I was acting like 5 minutes ago?
No, it exactly was. But now you're doing it again. He's like, wow, what is he? Doing
it
really
like,
brave stuff.
Sounds like a man who knows he has a protective death ward on him as well.
Also have a protective death ward, which I was saving to mention until it came up. But yes. So what I will do is I will cautiously, with all of the possible careful care and caution that I can muster, enter this room and step through it, looking for any sort of like beam or attack, particularly reflecting off any of the crystals.
Sweetness is kind of aghast. It's like,
And I'm just gonna keep going through the room really slowly and cautiously until they get to the other side, unless something terrible happens.
Oh no! As you
He's also
step,
muted, by the
as
way.
oh,
So I don't know if there's something
sorry,
terrible
sorry,
that's happening to him.
yes.
Yeah, you are eviscerated.
As you step into that second square there, the light from the torches flickers on, but more so, it's that central blue crystal in the ceiling lights up and just starts. As soon as that happens, like a literal grid of like light, beams of light come alive, start scything through the room, and you must make a dexterity saving throw.
Is the light coming from the ceiling downward, or what
Yes,
direction are
because
they?
so there was that big blue
okay.
4-foot crystal in the ceiling.
12.
I'm gonna go grab this table.
Not my finest saving throw.
Yeah. That is
12. The odds were much better here, but
you get story points too.
So you
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't. Yeah. So yes, even with Magnus's quickened reflexes, you get sliced by a couple of these beams and take 12 radiant damage.
Gnarly.
So I have a death ward that may come into play right here.
It will, for sure.
What exactly is the effects of that?
I believe that is you are at 1 HP.
Great.
Instead of down.
Ooh, do we have a major injury?
Nope. That doesn't happen until you have at least 20 hit points. Yeah. So the spell ends on you, and yeah, you are at 1 hit point instead of 0.
Zach, I am grabbing this table, and with the intent to hold it above my head.
The way you saw the laser beams going, they sort of like go at all angles all over the room.
Like that room in entrapment.
Okay. I thought
yeah.
You know.
It's like zoom, 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 zoom.
I picture like Sweetness watches Kyle going, and then I just pick and it's like the light on. It's just on Sweetness's face, and it's like he's just like.
From where I am, though, I'm still in the center of the room.
Yes.
I will take my rapier and stab directly up into the crystal as hard and fast as I can.
You would need to do a little hop up and jump, but yes, you can do that.
Yes, I will do whatever hop up and jump is required.
Why is my good music playing?
I can jump.
There it is. That's not a good one. All right. Yeah. So make an attack. Ooh, very cool.
6 damage.
All right, so you stab very nicely. You put a deep scratch in this crystal, but it seems like it could take several more of those hits.
All right. Well.
Right? Is there anything heavy?
You can, of course, keep moving, right? It's like, you know.
I'll keep running out of the room with whatever time that I have left.
Yeah. Yeah. So you cross the rest of the room, you know, and make it out, and luckily there's no beams on this side.
I definitely understand what Kylan was doing, and I'll sort of go to the edge of the room and try to. This crystal in the center, is this hanging from something, or is it?
It's coming out, growing out of the ceiling, right?
Growing out of the ceiling.
Yeah, the ceiling is 15 feet high, and this crystal is, you know, growing down from it.
Got it. I will attempt to. I'll try to just thorn whip it, like just try to like break the crystal.
All right.
From the relative safety of the other room.
With a whip?
Well, it's a cantrip. So you
Tantrum.
lash out with your piece of seaweed, right? That yeah, slashes around this thing. Again, not having a super ton of damage affecting it.
Zach, given that, and if this is way out of line, that's totally okay. Given that this is supposed to like be a whip that wraps around something and like
And pulls.
pull you towards
Yeah.
you, can I get some of my companions, like theoretically this is wrapped around, can I say, come help, and then just try to like push it down?
Yeah, totally. Love it.
I'll say, Bungo, you look strong for a halfling. Come help here.
So how many of us can help?
Probably just one, because you'd have to get in the room to, help more.
While this is going, well, I'll do this and then I'll...
You want to assist? I'll make a strength check with advantage.
Yeah, this could be an athletics check, yeah.
Oh, an athletics. Excellent. Oh, well, I mean, it's athletic, but theoretically it has advantage because of my companion.
You tug at a bit, and you see, you hear a crack, and you could feel it's wobbling a little at the end. Maybe another good pull like that might take it down. But you also notice, right, the magical energy, right, starting to sparkle a little bit, right, around where your thorn whip is wrapped. And the thorn whip, sort of dissolves. Yeah.
After seeing what happened to Kylum, I think Sweetness would like to dash on over to the altar on which the astral compass is on, and do a thorough investigation check. Like, all right, this seemed to have set off and restarted all the traps. Is there perhaps something here that could turn them off? Presumably whoever put the compass here had a way of removing it. Without, so I don't know. Yeah, I could do investigation.
Yeah. You can do an investigation check, sure.
My old reliable. Give it to me.
Oh, well, you had disadvantage on, but.
Oh, sorry, I did.
That's all right.
So I'll redo it. We'll not.
No, that's fine because it's the first roll was a 23, so we'll take that.
Oh, that's your first roll. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So, yes, you do notice there was a very well hidden, catch depression, and that would serve to have locked down the pressure plate under the compass, and so it wouldn't have moved, and therefore reset things.
So, but it's been triggered. There's no chance of sort of. Got it. Okay.
But you do remember, right? Looking with at this trap and stuff, you do remember like some of the previous traps may you've sort of like figured them out, and they might be disableable at the site. Right?
Yes. Or we can just huck the body into the room, and hopefully those will work. Okay, I'll come back, and I have no whips or anything heavy I could throw at the crystal in the room.
Yeah, I mean you could throw like a chair, good chair.
Chair. I was thinking something metal, like good sturdy.
Well, did you guys gather up all the most valuable looking pieces? Yeah.
I didn't.
Definitely.
Almarin did.
Almarin was working on that. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, there's something you could throw, but it's a chair's gonna be. These are nice, heavy, wooden chairs, right? That's gonna be the heaviest, sort of most damaging thing. Okay. But if you want to throw something smaller, you can.
Throwing the chair does seem difficult, and I'm wondering how. I'm thinking more. Of trying to fracture it in some way. I was looking at. It looks like there's a little candelabra here. Perhaps that could be.
Sure. I mean, you want to try it? Go.
Yeah, you know, we could fuck it up there or something at it.
Yeah. All right. Make a ranged attack using Dex. You have disadvantage because it's an improvised weapon.
Yeah.
And so, yes, see how you.
Can I ask
do.
how exactly you roll that?
Oh, /R space 1d20. Or
okay.
Oh no,
So
because you have disadvantage.
Then just do it twice, or if
I
you
can
hit
just do it
shift
twice.
and enter, you
Yeah.
can enter it twice and then roll it all together.
So it's just plus my Dex modifier, and that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just do it for disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's one.
So yeah, that one, that's going to be at least as bad enough as you need with disadvantage.
Okay,
so yeah, so you sort of huck it at it, and it glances off.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it didn't get through its armor.
Alas.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose.
Like, Kylam, anything from that side?
Yeah, I have ideas.
Well, feel free to go for it. I was just gonna say, I don't know if we're in a strict order here, but I could certainly.
If you guys want to try stuff, you should go ahead.
Well, I have a hand axe. I think you see Varanus, he was looking at the map and examining this corner area that was marked as useless books, but given that he's been reading a strange tome that a lot of people would find useless, perhaps, he's intrigued by this notion that something was useless. But all that to say, when he noticed all the commotion, I think he looks up and is like, oh, and takes out a hand axe and will try to whiz it through the air and throw it at the crystal.
Take a shot.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so unfortunately your hand axe too just is not enough to penetrate this crystal.
And I let out a curse, a swear in Draconic.
Oh, you know what I just... So, could I do my critical analysis on it? And then then throw my... I have my light pick.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So, looking for... I sort of forgot that
structural weakness.
I just was going back and... Yeah, so I was just going back and... I didn't realize it's analyze a target. I was thinking it had to be analyze a creature.
No,
analyze
sure.
a target and plan how to overcome a potential obstacle, and it'll let me use my... my intelligence modifier instead of my dex modifier. So I'm wondering if I could throw the light pick. You know, it's pointed. If I could try to look and see if I could detect a crack, or maybe try to hit it at the top wherever it was cracking, and try to do that.
All right. So you're still going to have disadvantage because the light pick, it's not made to be thrown right this way. But don't forget, story points are available.
I think I'll use one here, and to negate the disadvantage. And cool. Let's see. Yeah. So I can just use my. So I have it kind of queued up. We ready?
Yeah.
So this will just be a straight roll, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here goes. Oh, I still had disadvantage, but it's a 21.
It's a 21. It's good enough, right? Yeah. Great. So your pick, right? Much, and you take your real, good aim. You're using your intellect, doing the geometry in your mind, and you huck that thing, and it sticks right into a nice, good crack. But it's still hanging there, and now your light pick is stuck in it.
Can I is my sense after that analysis sort of that it's weakened, that it's close to breaking?
It's not quite bloodied for a crystal. We'll put that way. Yeah.
Jesus.
It's a sturdy, it's a sturdy, thick crystal.
Mm-hmm. I mean, no, this makes
and every time like you're hitting it too, like little magical like sparks, are flying off of it. Especially when you damage it, right? You could see the magic becoming a little more erratic.
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
You also, as taking a look at this sweetness, you also get the impression that there must be something, there must be a trick to this, right? Because if it was active for the residents, if this got set off by accident, right, they might have a way through it.
So, I say there must be a way through this.
Of course.
Perhaps I'll go look by the desk or something. I'm just trying to think where some type of switch or trigger might be.
Well, I have an idea. I pull out the crystal that I had dislodged from my pocket. The one that I detached earlier.
Yeah.
And I am going to attempt to run through the room holding the crystal over my head.
Oh God, I hope it doesn't burn your hand off.
Make a dexterity saving throw. But I'm going to give you advantage because as these beams of light start scything, some of them do catch the crystal and deflect those beams away from you.
Awesome. Oh God.
Oh boy.
Oh no. Oh no.
Unfortunately, all the other beams still get you.
Oh no!
Later. That's not good.
Yeah, so I don't have a death ward, but it brings you down to exactly 0.
So I'll basically say you stumble through, right? You're incapacitated, you only had to go 15 feet. And you can, I'll say you could slide in next to Kylum over here.
My unconscious body flops in through the other side.
Yeah.
Could I do perception or something just to look around this room? I think Sweetness is feeling sort of, somewhat desperate and all that, and is really kind of casting around, hoping that something will catch his eye, where he can maybe go and then do an investigation check or something. Yeah, for some kind of clue.
Sure. Why don't you just make an investigation check?
I love these.
Hey, there you go. So you sort of are looking around at the room, which has now been sort of ransacked. But you're looking around the room, you look at the, back to the crystal room, back, and then you're like, this room is full of stuff about charting the stars.
There's stars on
the star, right? The whole inner chamber is a star map. And so you get the idea that perhaps if you know how to cross under the sky as it will be today, like right now, or tonight, that would be the safe path.
Well, so is there a way that we can't see out to see where the stars are at?
No.
Tonight. So could we rifle through, or maybe I
think Omar would know what the stars are.
Well, you can either make a survival check.
Well, you can roll for it.
Yeah, you can either make a survival check to know the stars intuitively, or you could make someone could make a check with navigator's tools.
Right, which we just had found on the table. Well, Omarin, you go for it.
Yeah, I will take one of our story points and roll a survival with advantage.
All right, 2 story points remain for you all.
His name is Lauren Stargazer. He fishes at night. He navigates by the stars. This is very on brand.
I do convey all this.
Oh boy, look at
There's
that.
a crit.
There we go.
Wow.
There's a
Yeah,
He
so
dances
Omarin,
through the
you just
lasers like
intuitively, Omarin, you just sort of walk through, right? Because you're like, this is the sky, this is the right sky to walk under today, right? This
I'm
is just.
watching him closely because I just told
Oh
them
yeah,
that, like,
absolutely, right.
I think with there's stars on the ceiling and the charts and he's sort of rapidly working this out and conveys this to Omarin, and then Omarin just dances through. And he's
Yeah.
Sweetness is like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, I didn't get to memorize your steps. What did you just do?
Yeah, so Omarin, you can easily do that, and now, especially because Sweetness was right there witnessing, and you just did it perfectly. Sweetness, like you guys can know the safe path through now.
Listen,
Nice.
I'd like to imagine that maybe there's a little close call, like a, you know.
Yeah.
I'm no stargazer. I spend my
Sure,
gaze
sure.
is normally directed down.
I'd like to look at this useless books area before I go through.
Sure. Well, I mean, that's
And over.
looking for anything in particular, because a lot of the stuff was taken. Omarin,
Yes.
grabbed a bunch of stuff.
Was it from over here?
Well, just the whole room in general. They were just sort of
Oh,
rifling
yes.
through
Well,
everything.
I suppose I would look for something like spell scrolls.
Oh, okay.
Or something, or yeah, anything that looks like maybe it had some relevancy to magic.
Sure,
something
sure.
like that.
All right, make a investigation check.
All right. Let's see here.
All right. Yes, you find a spell scroll of augury
Okay.
along with a set of crystal rune stones that can be used for such a ritual.
Nice. All right, I'll add those to my little belt pouch and then try to follow the safe path as demonstrated by Omarin.
All right. Well, so you're able to do it, right? You see Sweetness, you could see the crystal went, as he was towing the line there, but yeah, you all make it through.
So on the other side, I will help up my good friend Bungo Barley Brook by lay on handsing him for one.
Oh, thanks, Guy.
I'm also happy to use a health kit.
Now, I say, friends, you look hungry. You could use some nourishment. I produce some good berries.
I could eat.
Sweetness is like, I'm useless.
We split these like 5 and 5.
I think I get 14.
No, you get up to 10.
Up to 10, okay. 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can each get 5.
Of what point is modern medicine? Does anyone else need a little extra? Extra real science health?
I could use actual HP health if you have that.
Oh, I can do that. Yeah.
So I'll take science health too, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can.
All right. So you guys sort of set up a little camp area by the fungus and everything.
Yes.
Should we take a short rest?
I think we should short rest over here, having gone through this ordeal. And
while everyone's resting, I huck the body into the next room to see if it's.
Oh, please don't. Please don't. No. Hang on. Stop doing that. Nope.
Wow, Kylem's really weak, and
It seems
wasn't
both disrespectful and an ineffective way of finding traps.
wasn't there a pressure plate at some point? You know, I feel like I remember a pressure plate somewhere. And
Sweetness.
Just a matter of.
You also left your pick stuck in the crystal in the previous room.
fuck.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the path did not take you close enough to it.
Yeah,
To retrieve it.
I'm bummed, and it's gone. I'll get
All right.
another one somehow.
All right. So yeah, we short resting.
Yeah.
Oh wait, could Omarin use his whip to get it down? Oh, you
Yeah.
have to expend a spell slot.
No, it's a
No,
I
cantrip.
think it's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip.
You can
Oh, it's
try it.
cantrip. I do kindly ask if he would try.
Sure.
To
Try
touch
it.
my pick.
Try to whip
Let's
it.
see.
Yeah, you
He
sort
just
of
knocks it way off the path.
well, I'll say 10. No, 10 is enough because it's not moving. It's got a handle that he can whip around, right?
Yeah.
10 is enough. So yeah, Omarin's able to whip it back for you
And
without.
I say, even if he could knock it down and I could kind of get it, and if it's a cantrip, he can
Yeah.
keep.
Exploitable cantrip.
There you go.
Okay,
I'm gonna-
yay, thank you.
I'm gonna
I'm
go
so-
gather up my hand axe that I threw inaccurately earlier.
Sure.
And if we do rest, I would like to attune to this robe that I'm wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And the compass seems that it's also something that could be attuned to, but maybe that's something someone else would want to attune.
Yeah, you'd have to do it separately.
Yeah.
So first off, if we're gonna do a short rest, can we start spending hit dice?
Yes.
I'm gonna spend a P dice and go.
Yeah, we can. Viewers, you can take a little break, 5 minutes. I don't know if I have an away screen set up, so.
Fun.
You just get a permanent glimpse into what we're
Yeah.
up to.
Yep.
So.
I mean, that's just the entertainment
Behold,
everyone
what
craves.
you've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
Watch Mark get a glass of water.
That's just the entertainment.
Yeah.
While we're obviously I don't want to do this while everybody's gone, but we need to talk. You and I will need to talk.
Oh, you want to do a shush channel?
To be honest, we could just do this while they're gone, I guess, because I was gonna ask you to come aside for a second.
Oh, sure.
Okay, then let me duck out for a little break, gentlemen.
Thanks. All right. Well, I'm here. I'm just getting a drink.
Sure.
So yeah. Let's.
Yeah. So I don't know what the right solution. I guess we do know what the right solution was. It was figure out the sky thing, which is funny because we clued into that in the first second of seeing this room.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then it just didn't come back for us. We didn't come back around on that.
Right. Yeah.
But that's okay. That's how puzzle. Historically, I feel like our group has been bad at puzzles, to say it lightly.
For sure.
This is just the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, we tend to just run through puzzles.
It usually works.
Yeah. Well, it worked because you had the spell on you. Gods were watching out.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe a particular one. Ooh.
We're talking about your ward.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that? Was that from the?
It's from the orrery.
The orrery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's limited, obviously. So if got to use it or lose it, right?
All right. I want to try to reset the camera token to Bungo, so you can all have not Bungo. Whatever his
I don't know
name
what you're
is.
trying to do.
Magnus.
Oh, so it becomes a Magnus token or something?
Yeah, so it'll be like Magnus is with the group
Yeah.
as the camera token.
And it makes sense because I tend to move that token a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I think one thing that might help too is if we could have vision of each other. Like, I don't know how viable that is, but it would make more sense if we could all see what each other was seeing.
Oh.
Obviously, not good in case of like, oh, there's a secret thing happening, but like,
Yeah.
cross that bridge when you get there, right? That's like 2% of the time that's a
I
thing.
can, you know, it's like, and I think we're probably good at it. I can play my character. My character doesn't know that.
Yeah.
I might be able to adjust this map.
Yeah, that might be like a map setting thing, I think. We can see the lighting of from other characters.
Explore mode. I have the explore mode on, which means
It's a little different.
let me see. What did that change? It changed. You can't. Well, yeah, I'm not sure if that's gonna help. Can you scroll around and? No, it's only within vision of the group. That is still, yeah, the camera.
I pressed dice for no reason. I was trying to click the token.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way you can usually have vision of other people's tokens with, you know, as long as there's line of sight blocking kind of stuff going on. I'm not sure.
In chat, they're saying it might be on each token individually, like each of the player tokens.
Yeah.
Either way, it's fine for now. I was just thinking that it would be a long-term fix.
Yeah.
It's a nice way to make Roll20 work for us a little better.
What you drinking there, Chad?
It is, or it was. I finished it now. A bourbon.
Oh,
Just some bourbon.
it looked milky. Like maybe drinking some milk.
Yeah, bourbon, little milk, just to cut
Bourbon
the
and
edge
milk.
of it. Yeah, I'll have a bourbon milk on the rocks, please.
My buddy in Salt Lake, we were visiting, and he was like, let me cook dinner for y'all. It was at the point, he was cooking some, you know, creamy pasta, and it had fish in there, but when we walked in, I saw him, he had a bunch of heavy cream and pan, heated up, and then just dumped a bunch of fish in it. And man, I was just like, oh, fish and milk. Ugh. Like, the meal was excellent, but the prospect of, I don't know, fish and milk.
Yeah.
Mark, did you see my
great
DMs?
Yeah,
Or
in
my whispers?
Roll20, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
This is why
Okay.
I'm trying to do this next bit.
Yeah.
I have used coconut milk in steaming fish before.
Yeah.
And that's allowed.
That's
but if we're talking about just
Just like a lot of milk and some fish in it. No. This wasn't a, you know, it all reduced down, and it was an excellent pasta. But
that's almost as bad as serving fish with cheese. That's just not meant to be.
Yeah, dairy and
happen.
fish.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway,
it was like whale milk though. Milk cheese, like manatee milk cheese.
Right.
Like, those guys are great. They played D&D for 15 minutes, but they spent hours talking about like milk and fish and weird stuff.
And bourbon.
And bourbon. I like all of those things, but maybe not together. Anywho.
Yeah.
Looks like we're all back.
Yes.
So while we were resting, Varanus, I would like to have a conversation. Like I come up to you and I say, "Can we go talk in private?"
Yeah.
And I guess we'll step out into, I guess this hallway over here, as much as we can. It's not a big deal, but just a little privacy outside in the hallway. Varanus, you have the compass, right?
I do. Who is it who's asking or so interested in it? Is it you, Kylum, or is it someone else?
The spirit of Magnus very much wants to possess the compass, and I think that we should assist him in these final wishes. And I would like you to give me the compass.
Sweetness is opposed.
Well, you aren't
Suspicious.
I didn't ask you.
Okay. We can't hear?
That's fairness.
It's a
Maybe
small
if you're eavesdropping, sure.
If we're just sitting around, I'm not going to the next trap. Do I hear?
Oh, Zach, I think you may be muted. If
Was there something bad happening?
No.
No, I just
nothing
was.
yet.
If
Wow.
Sweetness overheard us and wanted to interrupt in this chat, I wasn't sure.
I mean, Sweetness knows if he overheard us. We're like 2 inches away. It's just like
That's what I was imagining.
Yeah.
It's just a question of whether you want to be.
I think he doesn't say anything. You see him perk up. You see, you can see this. He's like.
I think Varanus gives you a glance. And there's some worry in his face, and I look back at Kylum and I say, "No. I was a bit leery of doing this to begin with. I don't know if it's a good idea to keep taking things one step further. I think we keep the compass safely in our possession."
Fairness, I have to ask you to reconsider. I hope you will trust me that I would never do anything to hurt you or anyone else that we're adventuring with. I have nothing but the party's interests at heart, but this is something that would mean a lot to Magnus Barrelblock and might lead to him finding his eternal peace.
All right,
we have to try and do that too.
I would like to do, just for my character, an insight check.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, hearing, again, I'm not interjecting. I mean, it's maybe evident that I'm kind of... but, yeah, you know. What do I think?
I mean, as far as you can tell, Kylum's hard to read because of his armor and everything, and, like, you know, he definitely acts differently from many people.
All insight checks on Kylum should just be disadvantaged.
Yeah. Well, maybe he can buy that as a common magic item or something.
But he seems sincere. I mean,
he doesn't seem any harmful or deceitful.
Given what so Kylum's been on the ship for a little while. Well, actually, Kylum, how long have you been? I've been on there for, like I said, a couple of months.
I've been in this port town that we've been in for a year. On this ship specifically, probably for like about as long as you.
So, given this is kind of what I'm curious. You know, I'm doing the insight check. You know, a ghost just entered him. My concern is sort of a duplicity. You know, people are familiar with it. I'm worried about abomination. Is this thing taking over? You know, or is it sharing his agency in some way? Does this seem in keeping with Kylum and stuff that he has done? I think that's
right.
Maybe I don't detect any. You know, with
it's
like that.
Right. I don't think it's good enough to get a read on that. But you don't get the gut feeling that anything is going wrong.
Yeah. Then you know, I think I'm kind of continuing to sort of maybe at this point just curious what Varanus is gonna do.
Sure.
I think, Zach, Varanus kind of goes quiet, and you can tell he's thinking this over. But I think he wonders on the magic aspect of this. He just found this compass. He is a novice mage at best. But, in this time, is he able to discern any, potential magical effect that could prove harmful in him trying to do something like this? Like,
do something just like have the compass?
well, possess the compass, I think was how he phrased it. He wants to let Mr. MB possess the astral compass, if I understand.
To be clear, I meant to possess in the context of own, carry. That's
just to hold it, like you hold it.
Maybe attune to it. I mean, that might be like what happens. It's magic. But it wasn't like possessed like a ghost possessed. It was possessed like...
Oh my god.
And Kylum, in your head, Magnus is going like, what are they thinking? Like, what's... These guys... So suspicious.
Sweetness is very glad he didn't... He's just like... Right. Why was I so suspicious? I'm a terrible friend.
Yeah. Well, I think if you're talking about ghosts and you hear possess, well, anyway.
Sure.
Anyway,
I mean, I do think probably attunement would be probably a thing, but
yeah,
that's it.
I don't want to make this decision myself, so I think I just catch the attention of the others, and I say,
Veronis, now you've been handling this compass more, right? I mean, the compass has been at your side, and you've been mostly doing with the cloak, but the compass actually doesn't require attunement.
Okay.
So that's not a worry. If that was.
That's fair. We just need someone who's skilled with it, right?
That takes an hour to investigate.
But I think what I basically am kind of doing is like looking toward Omarin, looking toward Bungo, and seeing if they give any indication about what they think about this idea. I kind of get the sense that neither, well, I guess Sweetness doesn't look particularly one way or the other, but I'm kind of leaning toward this might be a weird thing to do, but I'm curious how they react, if at all.
I mean, Kylum hasn't given me any reason to distrust him. I think that he's, I think we can remain weary of him, but, until he's actually done something to warrant our suspicion, we should trust him.
It's a magic compass. It points to the thing that we know what it points to. It doesn't really matter who holds it. I don't think he's gonna...
The worst thing he can do is run away with it, right?
Yeah,
like, the worst thing that happens is he's like, I'm gonna go get the treasure myself. And, like...
I promise not to do that.
Yeah, I think we give it to him.
I can think of worse things, but sure. Point taken. And I hand Kylum the compass.
I take it, and I like hold it, treasuring it in both hands. Clearly, and like holding it, like looking up and say, like very quietly, "Finally."
Is this where you sprint out of the room?
No. It's not that kind of game this time.
That does give Sweetness some pause, it's like...
Yeah, sounds more like the voice of...
yeah, Magnus.
Than it does, yeah. I'm a little unclear. Did we rest?
Yes, you are resting.
So do I now know what the cloak does?
Yes. So as you're sort of, you're looking over this cloak, the starry pattern, right? There's this chain of stars like around the nape, and you think as you try it on and you're wearing it for a while, you think it's like a cloak of protection. You're protecting you from dangers, and in addition,
nice.
well, I will just make sure I'll edit the thing to give the whole description. Save, and we can show. Yes, the lesser robe of stars.
Oh, cool.
And yeah. And you get to cast magic missiles from those little stars on there.
Wonderful.
Yep. However, as you attune to this item, you almost feel that your tome there's some animosity building between your
Wow.
tome and the cape. And if you remember, you had rolled rather poorly when looking first for setting eyes on this cape cloak.
I see.
And at the end of the rest, right? You're getting up, and suddenly you start feeling like you're like all wet on your back, and like the cape is getting just soaked, and you can smell salt water. It's like a downpour of rain has just soaked your cape straight through, and it's now like covering your body in this slick thing, and suddenly you start sneezing and coughing
Do we
up
witness
phlegm.
this?
Yeah. I mean, it sort of it doesn't happen. It happens over like a couple minutes, right?
I have
but
a doctor's concern.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
and so you get the impression from your tome that like this is as long as you keep this on, the tome is going to give you this little cold, basically. And
so you have a cold.
And the cloak will stay. You try to warm the cloak up a bit, and it stays just sopping wet all the time. And you will take a level of exhaustion at the end of the day, or you'll make a save against exhaustion if you wear the cloak around all day.
Interesting. So, am I exhausted now?
No, not yet. But
Okay.
like you could feel this like this cold miasma and this sickness would just like sit in your chest, right, when you have this cloak on all the time. It's just like
Gotcha.
yeah, even against your scaly hide.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine a dragon sweat's a pretty filthy thing. You don't have pores.
Yeah.
Or maybe you do under the scales somewhere, but I bet it's gross.
I wouldn't know. To me, it's just how I am.
Maybe you're you just sweat out your mouth or something.
Right.
Maybe that's what all the fire breath is. It's all just the built up dragon sweat.
Yeah. Gross.
What, Bunga, have you heard any legends about that?
About dragon sweat being the secret fuel of fire breath?
Yeah.
I can't say that I have.
Oh.
It sounds like something worth investigating, though.
Something to ask
couple
Lux.
Song ideas.
Okay, so yeah, after the hour passes, Varanus sopping wet.
In that time, I didn't have to rest so much.
Mm-hmm.
Could I have spent a little time investigating the next trap?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Yeah. You can even get advantage because you have enough time. You can really take your time.
Okay, let's see if I can do this correctly. Oh.
Very nice. All right, so so yeah, you can tell these traps, right, have also been reset, and it will take it will take some hopping because you can sort of see, investigating the floor, there are just like rows of tiles that are little pressure plates, and so
I look at the bot longingly.
Well, you don't know how many times they can be triggered, but you know that these lines of effect seem to go out from each of these statues in sort of a line,
like a cone.
No, more a straight line. Because it shoots darts, right? It's like a single.
Oh, I see. So like from you can sort of see where the dart would shoot from, and it's like in a line that.
More or less, right?
More or less. Okay. I'll convey, perhaps as I see people stirring a little bit and getting ready to go, I come back and I'm like, been investigating the next room a bit, and I think I can see that the floor has some pressure plates, and it seems as though if we hop over the pressure plates, they're more or less in line with the statues. I think we can easily bypass them.
Well done.
Kylam, I do not recommend, a reckless run into the room, though we are grateful for your sacrifice.
Right. I will only run into the room when it's a really good idea.
Deal.
Kylam, you're still looking pretty wounded.
Yeah, I should probably lay on hands a little more. I don't have a ton though.
I can also. I was gonna say I can do a healer's kit on you. So.
Yeah, if you have better healing, like now's the time.
So I can use an action to spend a use of a healer's kit. To the creature, you can restore 1d6 plus 4 hit points plus additional hit points equal to the creature's maximum number of hit dice.
So 1.
Which I think is 1 right now.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that would be 1. Yeah.
So do you want to roll the d6?
No, go ahead. So it's your thing.
All right.
Be the doctor.
Here I come. And then you have 1 hit dice?
Yep.
I'll just do plus 5 then.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay. That gets him back up, I think, doesn't it?
Thank you. Yep, that's it. Also,
Nice.
I don't know if Bungo has full health yet.
I can.
Raise
Do you,
music
Bunga?
right now.
No, I'm good. I spent a hit die, and that brought me up to.
Okay.
Well, I did too, but I rolled real bad.
Oh yeah, I just rolled good instead. See.
You should try that next time.
I may have used up all my good rolls in my life in a recent session.
My character died in that session. Everybody watching.
Yeah, I was the DM and I killed Zach. That's what happened.
Rest in peace.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
He was a union man.
Died a hero.
Rest in peace, Zach's
All right.
character, who I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So who's gonna
Do some hopping?
So what have you learned about this puzzle?
So it looks as though
feel
the
free to
statues-
draw on the map? You can use a draw tool, I think, if you want to.
Yeah, a little paintbrush thing.
Real quick, hold on. I'm just trying to remember. So I think there are 10 yet, right? So I'm down
what?
to 9.
Okay.
Out of a healer's kit, I think.
Yes,
I wanted to
You just
it.
mark that. Yeah. 10
So I
uses
have it
normally.
Got it. Okay, so I wanted to do that quick. So how do I do it? How do I draw?
There's a
So-
paintbrush underneath the arrow tools. The upper left, there's like that list of tools.
Yeah.
Ah,
You see the paintbrush tool, and then you probably
I
want
do.
freehand for
Freehand.
drawing. And you pick your
Yeah.
color. Maybe pick your character color. Might help.
Oh,
Kind of that red.
what an elegant, pretty straight line for freehand.
We're on.
Oh, that one was terrible. How do I edit undo?
I think you have to go
Select
to
it with
the
arrow.
arrow.
Or Control Z might do it.
Is it drawn? Did it draw it? Maybe my line of sight is.
Here, I'll
incorrect.
delete the old ones.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, that's roughly it.
Real quick. Ah, yes, there they are.
Left some
you know.
Kylam's blood behind.
So perhaps to demonstrate, should I just go first?
Sure.
Yeah. Why don't you prove your theory, sweetness?
Yes. Ever the sign. I've postulated my theory. Now I shall test it. So I'd like to move into the room, and then I
Yep.
think try to pretty quick, like jump this one, and then move along this wall and through.
All right. Your strength score is 10. So
Yes.
that means you can move 5 feet on a standing jump, which means you land just On the other, you leap 5 feet, and you can feel your heel like clipping on the back edge of a plate, but you balance forward, and you clutch the wall on the other side, and you are safe.
Oh god! All right, then I scamper. Along. See, easy as pie.
Are
Click!
we all gonna have to do
Click!
that?
So,
Wait, what was that?
Click! What do you do, Sweetness? You hear a
Oh,
click?
boy.
I hear a click.
Yeah.
I drop completely flat.
All right. So this
Spikes
range.
come up to the floor and hit your entire body.
That's what I'm waiting for.
No, it's arrows fly out of this trap. Let's see.
So not quite in line with the statue. The door is.
Oh,
that should have been
cool, Zach.
foreseen. Yeah, that should have been foreseen.
I've never seen that before.
They've
It
got
actually does that.
GM effects. It might be a pro thing. I don't know.
You're
but-
such a pro.
Yeah, you are attacked with disadvantage. What is your armor class?
My armor class is a whopping 12.
Disadvantage might be
Yeah,
helpful here.
because you are prone. Oh, and
we
so
go.
that's definitely gonna be. So you duck prone just enough, and little darts embed themselves into the far wall.
Sweetness vomits. And Belly crawls onto the steps.
Through your own vomit, I assume.
Yes.
Sweetness, you're doing great.
And I yeah, follow my lead precisely. You know, jump, lean, walk, fall prone, crawl.
Or I just wonder if maybe we could avoid it by not going as far this way.
So I don't.
We can just crawl the whole time.
You might could crawl the whole time. I think that could, be an option. I also just think, moving diagonally from this here to here. Though, so I know that there's isn't this body charred upon the step?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't go to the top.
There, and I maybe tell people to, it's like hold up,
Yeah.
Maybe folks want to stay in this area. They can go ahead and cross to there.
Yeah. So I will try to dip underneath, like sliding as low across the floor as I can, and try to come down to here.
Yeah. All right.
Yes. I mean,
Well,
what should happen?
yeah. It is a click.
Okay. I mean, getting as low as I can.
All right. So same thing. Disadvantage.
See lower.
We'll see.
Ah.
16.
That AC is 16.
So you get clipped by a dart. Only a minor nick.
Bonk. It kind
Yeah.
of clangs off like the side of my armor, but I'm clearly like really disconcerted by it. Like, whoa.
You feel Magnus is like, come on.
Well, the leaping seemed to work better. It looks like I'm next in the queue here. I'll try to leap across.
All right. Your strength is 15, I believe. So yes, you can easily make the leap. 5 feet across.
Cool.
I'll do the same thing since I am similarly strength endowed.
All right.
Whoop. No, but not that.
Oh.
Not that. I remember that. That's another spot. I remember.
All right. So what does Omarin do? He's sort of stranded on the other side until people move by Sweetness.
Is there anything on the ceiling?
No, not really. It's these walls are made of like, big sandstone blocks. So, it's only small stalactites.
Got it. And we know that the dart is gonna shoot from these statues, right?
Well, Yeah, more or less.
Okay. Can Omarin like take a piece of table or something and like just hold it up behind him and like walk across the
That might work.
like lean a table against one of the statues, from
Uh,
another room, and then just like
you'd
the
have
dark
to.
spotted.
Yeah, you could use it for. I'd say you could get 3/4 cover.
Yeah. Although, what is my strength is 12. Can I just jump it?
Yes, but people need to move out of the way first.
All right, I'll have them move out of the way. Just jump it.
So, if room is an issue, I feel investigate, and I want to
So you
try to
had
discern what this next trap is.
Yeah, you had found a pressure plate up at the top of the stairs, like sort of the landing of the stairs.
That's the one I'm. Okay. So yeah, I'll continue to crawl to make a little more room past the body. And yeah, I suppose I'll raise and give another, mighty for me.
Well, this one, because you're on the stairs, right, and you're jumping upward too. This one's not as easy, so you're gonna need an athletics check to clear this distance.
Okay. Yep. Maybe I look back at Carmen. You're gonna have to toss me. If it doesn't, so I'm assuming I have a weakling in this regard. Can I roughly see that this looks like this might really challenge me a little bit?
No, it's not too challenging. It's like an average,
but it's failable.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. You know what? Fuck it. Perfect.
Woo-wee! All right. So
thanks, Zach.
with
I wanted help.
Your confidence from last time. Hey, there were story points left.
I didn't. I had already.
Your confidence from your last jump perhaps was a little bit too much, and yeah, you severely underestimate it, and in fact fall on your face while doing so. Not to any detrimental effect, but just comedic. Yeah. However, as you do, you see the statue to the side start to glow with red, malicious light. And you must make
I'm like,
a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right, so you actually are able to roll out of the way, avoiding most of the flames.
On my face. Most of the flames?
You still take 6 fire damage.
Okay.
Ow. As they wash across you.
3 hit points that takes me down to. Patting myself off, after my squeal and catching my breath.
I think when I see this...
Bungo, click!
Oh. Is that for all of us?
Bungo, click!
No, Bungo, click!
I turned around and yelled, hit the ground!
Oh God, I get down.
All right.
I don't know if I'm near enough
You
to
don't have
help,
far to
but...
go,
All right.
Let's
Oh,
see.
that's a good roll for the end. Never mind. That's not.
We'll see. Oh! Yeah, unfortunately, Bungo just not paying attention wanders into the pressure plates.
Well, Zach,
yes.
Question. Would the use of, say, a story point allow me to, like, grab him out of the way or poke him with my staff or something, or help him?
3 damage. It's not that big a deal.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
even see that he died.
yeah. I think it was too. You might have reached out for him or something, but he dropped. When Kylam saw. He was too quick and too small. For you to get your
There was
claw
a
on
lot
him.
going on,
Yeah.
I think that accounts for it. I was getting fucked. He's getting
That's
fucked.
true, right? You saw this burst of flame right in the room
And
above.
I think the flame definitely draws my attention because one, Sweetness once saved me in a sense once upon a time, and knowing that I am resistant in the ways of flame, I think I move up here and see if he needs help or if he's still on fire or something.
Stay back. I'm okay. I have just a minor burn. I've handled many burns. I'll be okay. I sort of am immediately fumbling my healer kit and sort of preparing to bandage salve my wound and such. I think I will expend the use of one. But I do encourage everyone. I was like, leap as far as you can. Far and high. I sort of demarcate. With my hand,
Is there a way to disable it from your side?
I just jump as far as you can.
Okay.
I'll try to get a running start if I could, and maybe even vault with my staff. And if I could get over here, at least maybe I could help others get to the other side or something.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll say doing that staff gives you advantage on the athletics check.
Cool. All right. So let me roll that now.
All right, so yes, Varanus, you're able to, shoop, just pull over it, nice and easy, landing on the far side with no problem.
And I think what I do is after I land, my starry cloak billows through the air. I turn back and I kind of have my staff out, and I'm like, "Come on!" And maybe if I can somehow aid or assist people getting across.
Pull people.
Yeah, sure. I'll let you assist everyone if everyone wants assistance.
Okay, cool.
I want assistance.
Yeah, Bungo, why don't you go next?
Okay. So this is an athletics check, and then do I get advantage for getting help?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Baroness, you're off to the
Here
side.
we go.
Nice. Yeah. So Bungo, you grab on to the staff, right, and he hauls you over to the other side.
Thanks, Baroness.
Don't mention it.
Okay. So can I use my acrobatic ability, because I'm kind of tall and this is a narrow hallway, to straddle across both legs on opposite sides of the hallway and shuffle up and kind of get a big height advantage from the start of this thing, and then jump from there over it, but I'm basically already at the ceiling, so I'll just sort of fall over the over the trap.
Sort of Jean-Claude.
Do you have a climb speed?
I doubt that I do.
Oh, but did you say you want to do acrobatics?
I was seeing this as an acrobatics.
Sure. Yeah, I'll allow acrobatics instead.
The thing is, I don't see this as something anybody can help with, so I'm just gonna say no advantage on this because it seems a little weird to be you'll help me fall somehow. Maybe you can pull me out if I fuck up, but we'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Magnus is that was some good moves there.
I sort of squarely leap onto the ground like an Olympic athlete, but not a Winter Olympic one.
Wait, isn't that the gymnastics? Is that the summer?
That is the summer.
Okay. All right, is Omarin? Has he been paying attention to the paths?
Oh crap! I forgot Omarin. I was trying to go last. I'm sorry, Omarin.
No, that's okay.
He's like, how am I supposed to follow that now? Come on.
Well, Amarin is fairly dexterous. I don't know if he can use that to sort of shimmy with his trident and do a little like a pole vault thing.
Sure. You could use acrobatics too. Especially, you saw Kylum go up, so he sort of gave you a good lead as to what a good approach might be, and yeah. Nice.
Okay.
Well, 16 or 19. Doesn't matter. Both of them are good enough to pass over the pressure plate area.
God, we're good. Well,
Sweetness echoing down the hall now that the ringing from the screams have gone from your own ears. You hear the signs of like, chitin up upon stone. Perhaps the kind... you're muted.
What
galleys.
upon?
Chitin, right? Like, shellfish shell.
Yes. Yeah.
There were
I-
skeletons
It's probably
before.
nothing.
I sort of back to Omar, and I'm like, Aaron.
I mean, does this sound like our friend from earlier, or is this
That's kinda what I'm
like
wondering.
You'd have to get a little closer to identify it, but you have a reasonable probability of
Say,
it.
I hear something that sounds crustaceanous.
Amarin's gonna sneak across this inside wall here, just sort of his back to it, and then lean the head around the outside to see what's going on.
So you see, as you emerge into the room, down...
Oh, he made it out.
Oh. Yes, he
You're
the
delighted.
the dragon skull hermit crab is standing there in the middle of this room, sort of almost like pacing around. He looks very agitated, like acting territorially. Raised claws, clacking.
He looks like he's in a much worse mood than last time, fellas.
Yes.
He has a name, Zach.
Does he?
It is. We named him Horus.
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
What was the name?
Horus.
Horus.
Horus, the giant hermit crab. Given my my nature affinity, do I easily see what would have caused this? What may have caused this agitation?
The horny little hermit crab.
Well, you can just definitely tell it feels threatened by something. Right, and it's like reasserting its like, reasserting
My hunch is
itself.
that those skeletons are maybe what's if they reanimated after the traps reset, perhaps.
Can we see any?
I will use my divine sense to see if I can detect.
Let's
them.
go.
Oh yeah, you sense something. Well, let's see.
It's 60 feet, so.
You
Yeah.
register a noxious odor. The fetid.
You sense nothing beyond the presence in your own person.
Right. I suppose there is someone dead nearby.
I smell like a piece of shit.
Okay. Well, I will go back
That's
to using divine
amazing.
sense soon. I think we'll be revisiting this topic in a second.
Yeah. So what do you guys do?
Well, it almost seems like we maybe could let it
Kill them.
just kind of like,
Zach and see what he does.
yeah, I kind of like that idea.
Well, why don't we just get out through the back? Like, we're just trying to leave. We could leave through the back exit.
Where's that?
Well, I guess
Just
we could.
dive in the
right.
pool.
Yeah, we could
That way.
swim through the pool.
That seems
Stealth.
like
Stealth
you kind of.
path.
gonna swim, you know.
We just run for it, dive in.
Oh, you know what's really interesting? I wonder since everything reset, if we're back to the good effects caused by the.
We could realign the star hinge thing.
Yes, yes.
It's possible.
That's a
But,
risky
yeah.
play.
Or
Well,
we-
Now that
I
the
might,
trap
I might,
reactivated.
I might be able to, but I'm saying if everything reset back to how it was, I could examine it if we get to it. But is the plan basically to stealth by?
yeah, let's sneak by, and then if we get revealed, we'll make a break for it.
Cool.
Omar, you seem to be in the lead. Why don't you lead the way?
Yeah, you're friendly to the
Mature.
crab.
I'll stay behind because if we do agitate Horus, I'll try to calm him down before he eats us.
Huh.
Okay.
What if we
Omar and
immediately agitate?
also know that your friendship with Horus has not broken.
Yeah, right.
So,
You know, we're still buds.
yeah.
So I'll let you guys go, and then I'll see what's up with Horus.
Lovely.
God.
I was
Bungo!
like, I'll sneak around this corner real quick.
So
Oh, don't
as
Dream.
as the
Don't
hermit
scream.
crab, has reemerged from the water and the muck in his hole, right? There's all this mud on the ground that you weren't expecting, and you just slip and fall and slide down to the far end of the chamber, and you immediately see Horus turn towards you and raise his claws, clacking, angrily and starting, to move a little bit forward, menacing you.
God, request permission to roll initiative. Fire.
Omar's at the-
Forward.
Good thing Omar's at the back.
Don't.
Oh,
Yeah, you can roll initiative if you want.
I mean, at the point where I'm like slipping in the mud and I have an angry crab running at me, like
I mean, he's not moving in to you yet, but he's moved forward aggressively.
So should we roll into initiative or no?
If you
Yeah,
want
well,
to.
we can roll. We
Yes.
don't have to attack on our turns,
Right, of course.
remember to select your token.
Oh crap! I don't think I did select my token. Let me do it again. Oh, but I got a 22.
In this animal thing.
It's okay. He got a 4 overall, so
Okay, so then.
yeah. Sweetness. Sweetness.
Think you're muted there, Blake.
Am I up? I got a 12.
No. Oh, you didn't have your token selected.
Oh.
Do it
Ha-
again.
Hold on. When you say, do I need to click on my guy?
Click on your guy, then click on the button on your sheet. Yeah.
Got it. Button on my sheet. Is that it?
There you go. All right.
Move over.
Descending. Kylum, you quickly react. You're like, Bungo just fell right in front of you, sliding down. Not quite slamming
Prone,
into the
by
far
the way?
wall. Yes, you are prone.
I see that Omarin is about to go, and I, realizing the situation, delay slightly.
All right.
Omarin is gonna step forward, knowing that he's still friendly with this guy, with some fish in his hand, little fish bits, and he's gonna throw them like right over here, and try to calm him down. Try to it's okay, Horus. He's a friend. Here's some fish. He's good. They're really gamey. It's okay.
He catches the fish in his claws, like just snapping it up and it just falling to the floor. He's not like eating it, right? He's not hungry right now. He is, he's angry. And although, yes, you are speaking calmly with him, ooh, that's loud. Although you are speaking calmly with him and he's not aggressing on you, you know those tactics aren't going to work at this
Can
time.
I see what's agitating him?
Actually, Bungo, well, you can make a handle animal check or an insight check, because he is charmed by you.
I will make an animal handling check. Do I get advantage because he's my friend?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Very nice. You kind of guess it's all the trap stuff going on. And in fact, Bungo... Oh no, you don't have... in the dim light on the far side, you could see that the rocks have collapsed across the tunnel, the first tunnel you came through.
We have to
Lovely.
swim.
Yeah, looks like we have to take the tunnel, guys.
Or clear some rocks.
Right, or
One
clear
more
some rocks.
jellyweed.
But this crab is not going to let us go, like, peacefully clear rocks.
Maybe he could move the rock.
Why don't we just go swim?
I don't know. That just sounds hard and like I might drown.
Honestly, I'm a
Terrifying.
good swimmer. I have a 25-foot actual swim speed, and it was difficult for me to make the swim, so I don't know.
Yeah, or we could just kill this crab and
team. We'll do
clear
it
out some
together.
rocks.
So remember, this crab's claws are as big as a medium creature. Like, they're like 5 feet huge claws. And when
That
this guy
sounds
is
easy.
clacking them around, I'm just saying, the sound is echoing off the
I'm not
sandstone
afraid.
walls.
It doesn't seem that no.
Jack, do I feel like what I did to Horace like delayed him or calmed him down at all?
Well, he's not currently charging anyone yet.
Okay, that's fair. It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Cool.
All right, Sweetness, sort of all the way at the back
Sweetness
there.
is just like, what's going on up there?
I think he has its attention. I would make over this way as soon as you can.
Sweetness, make a break for it. We're gonna go into the pool.
God, Sweetness dreads this. I don't like this at all. Sweetness. So I only have a move speed of 30, so I think I can.
You could dash.
No, I could dash. I'll
double.
dash. I'll scamper, well, these aren't lined up, so it looks. So I was here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can make it pretty. So I can make it into this hall.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll scamper past.
Alrighty.
That is how I would describe my run. I scamper.
Fair enough. Alrighty. So then we have Bungo prone, staring up at this crab, this huge, massive,
Twice
meaty
as
crab.
big as you.
No,
claws.
Or more.
Yeah.
I just meant the claws.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Okay, well, I didn't realize it was my turn coming up. So, yeah, I am going to, I think, let off a color spray.
Ooh.
I'm just going to blind him. That's all.
Alright, well, he is in range. How do you cast? What's your casting like?
I mean, Bungo is kind of a natural spellcaster, kind of the way like a sorcerer would cast, I guess. He just kind of like, he's not like a super singy bard. He's more like a storyteller bard when he's doing his actual like bard stuff. So I don't really have anything fancy. I'm more.
Maybe you should come up with like a little epigraph or something. Like.
It's more like I'm panicking and slipping around in mud, and my sort of natural magical talent. I just like throw my hand out, and just like sparks of color spray out of my.
Ah, I see. Yeah. Right, it's your reaction more. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Roll your 6d10.
All right. So hopefully the crab doesn't have.
I would
that
think
maybe.
I would think you would, but you never know how you roll. That looks good.
29. Okay.
33 is average, and the crab is now thoroughly pissed at you.
Oh,
And nothing
unblinded?
happens. Yeah, nothing happens.
Well, I'll
Oh,
use my
no,
movement
those ones.
to scrabble up to my feet, half my movement, and then 1, 2. Well, I guess how does it? My speed is 25 feet, so how does that shake up with? I guess I would get 2 squares of movement after I stand, right?
Well, I think it round down, so I think you only get 2. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get to here.
Mm-hmm. Any bonus actions? Inspiring? Anything?
As I'm scrambling back in the mud, heading back towards the party, I just shoot a little inspiration at Varanus. Varanus, the crab is really fucking pissed right now. We could use a big, scary dragonborn.
Nice. All right, Varanus, you have a D6 Bardic Inspiration die.
Okay. I'll give myself a little. Okay, there you go.
I got you.
With the symbol. Well, let's see here. I think my best bet is to. Well, let's see. I'll go 5, 10, 15. And then let me measure here how far I am away from him. Looks like 25 feet. Yep. And then I have a hand axe, which...
that would be long range for the hand axe.
But not if I move up one more square.
Correct.
Okay, so I'll move up. I had moved 15, so I'll go 20, and as I get there, I will throw the hand axe at this crab. It looks like it's beyond calming at this point, right? You said it looks pretty mad.
Yeah.
You never know, but
it's gonna take some magical shenanigans to calm it from here. That said, I wouldn't waste your hand axe. I think we're just gonna run away.
Well, I just wanted to
what do you do?
Draw its attention away from Bungo. So yeah, I'm gonna throw it at it just to make me more of a target than him, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right, this is 20 to hit, so 5 slashing damage.
So yeah, your axe cracks through the dragon skull on his back, and you can see this trickle of gore coming out. But when your axe is embedded there, next to its huge bulk, it's not very
small.
Significant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now it really raises its claws and like smashes them on the stone, ready to charge.
And then I like look over at Bungo and I'm like, I think the heat might be off of you for now, and I will move the rest of my movement. It took me 20 to get to there, so I think I've got like 25, 30. Well, let's see. Yeah, I guess maybe something like that. And I'll put up my shield and just kind of be bracing myself.
Sure. All right. Well, Horus strides forward, his meaty pincers pounding the stones. And he just moves up a little bit, right? And he moves closer to Omarin, and you could see his little tentacle, sort of like looking and giving you, you betrayed me.
Horrible for my friends did, and I get
and it's in such a raise, it rears up on its hind legs, and its claws sink into the ceiling, and it looks like the ceiling had been damaged earlier, and when it rips down, these chunks of earth and stone rain down on you. But then you hear, that obscures your vision a little bit. But then you hear a far worse sound, like this, like a huge cracking and crumbling of stone.
Oh no.
And a massive boulder starts rolling from the side of the chamber.
Oh boy.
Shit.
We are in Indiana Jones mode here, boys.
Yeah, man, love it.
Dude, honestly, because you should have taken that astral thing and had some sand with you.
Had some sand?
Yeah, that would have saved us all the traps being reset.
I didn't know that.
And then Horus moves up, sidling away from the rocks, and tries to just slam at you, Omarin, rather than pinch you in his claws. Like, he's sort of more just sweeping you off your feet. So make an athletics or acrobatics check. Yes. Ooh. But he does so, and he knocks you to the ground. And into the path of the coming boulder.
Oh no.
And he raises up his clackers triumphantly. And it is Kylam we come to again.
Yeah. I guess my question here is there a way, I always forget in D&D, is there a way for me to get an ally up from prone?
Aid action or something like that, usually.
It's... Yeah,
Like, technically there isn't, basically.
There's not technically, no. So...
Just double move.
I'd say it costs half your movement. Half your movement to get them up.
I'll take
instead
it.
of half their movement.
I come up to Omarin, I run up to him, and I drag him up off the ground and plop him back on his feet. Like this old man elf, I'm just like lifting him up off the ground like a baby. I just go like, dunk. So he's standing up again.
The waves bless your action, and I lean in and say, "Now run."
I gotta cover you. You two get out of here.
You run.
You hero.
Just run.
You can feel
the hallway, like I'll just heal you after.
Kylam, you can feel your rapier like tingling at your side, ready for this heroic deed.
Marin, Bungo, just get out of here. And I use the last of my movement to run up to the crab, and I stab it as hard as I can with the rapier.
All right. There are 2 story points left if you want to use them.
Yeah, I'll use one of them.
All right.
Why not?
Only 1 remaining.
It just means you have a bunch.
Yeah.
Crit.
Wow.
9 damage.
But one
Oh,
of
no,
those
so you have your own
supposed
crits.
to-
Sorry, I forgot. How do your crits work?
supposed to be max.
Right. Yeah, instead of dealing double damage, just for the crit, add a flat number of damage equal to the damage die. But yes, so you'll deal 8 plus... I'll take the 8, because that was the only other one you rolled. So, yeah, so 20?
That was solid.
20 total?
Who?
Whew.
What normal mortals deal 20 damage at level 1?
Incredible.
Yeah, so Kylum comes in, fluid as water, and as he draws his rapier forth and swings it towards this beast, you can see droplets of water trailing the blade, even though Kylum was never wet. The blade itself is just shedding droplets of water as it sings through the air to stab right into a sweet spot of this giant crab, and it, just like, reeling back and making whatever crabby sounds are. Yeah.
You gotta make the crabby sounds. That's all I know about.
Well,
I was gonna say crabs and maybe they sort of scream, or something. Maybe that's just steam escaping their body as they're cooked from the inside out. But
yeah.
Like.
But yeah, that's definitely a solid hit, though still not too much blood coming from it yet.
Yeah, I'm really just trying to put up a good fight so the other two can get out of here. Hint on your turn.
Right.
Yeah.
It is also jarred, remember, so it doesn't get opportunity attacks against you.
Cool.
All right. O'Marin.
O'Marin is going to salute and say, "You are brave, dumb, but brave," and O'Marin will double move.
Alrighty.
He will stand on the side of the pool and wait for his companions, because he may have to help them swim through, but that's okay.
Sweetness.
Sweetness will follow Amarin, the able swimmer, and join him by the pool. Also perhaps inquire, how are things? Where is everybody? And yeah, I'm prepared to swim. I'm probably gonna drown, but. Should we take the crab? Maybe we should just fight the crab.
Good start to an aquatic trip.
Yeah. Bungo, after most of your companion has leaving, you're hearing this crack and crumble of this boulder starting to gain momentum, rolling right toward you.
Bungo, quick!
You are muted, but I get it.
Oh yeah, I'm getting out of here.
However, you will take an opportunity attack from the crab.
Oh man, big reach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any barbs?
Why is Bungo taking an attack way over there?
Well, because he started within the crab's reach over here.
Yeah.
I didn't see that part. So.
Let's see. I do have one spell slot left. Oh no, I don't. Sorry, I spent all my spell slots.
All right. Here we go. I'm gonna spend one of those banked up story points.
Yeah.
Only an 18.
Only, huh?
An 18 is definitely a hit.
All right, and you will have. This is where it's gonna hurt.
Something tells me he's gonna do at least 7 damage. Please don't kill Ray right off the bat.
I'm next to him when he drops. It'll be okay.
20 damage coming in.
20 damage?
As this claw cramps
Might not be okay.
on you.
That's double his
Yeah, I think that just cuts me in half.
That sucks.
I think that is an insta-kill, yeah.
Oh boy. Everything was going so well.
But Kylum, you were there and ready.
I can summon them back together.
Hang on. Yeah, so let's let Zach go.
Yeah, I think you were there and ready enough to.
I'm trying.
That's what you were trying to do, and so
I'll fling myself
instead, I'll have taken the lower roll of the d20.
Okay.
Which only ends up being a 12.
My armor class is 12.
Oh,
Can I leap in the way?
yes, I will take that.
Phylum, no! I mean, no, but do it. But no!
Yeah.
Don't die.
All right.
But
Well,
also,
since
like-
since you're leaping in the way instead, you do take the hit.
Yes, I will take the hit.
All right.
Damn.
But that doesn't auto kill you.
Right, it downs me, but it doesn't auto kill me.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. That's better.
That's what
Yes.
someone might call for a doctor.
Yeah, and you also, but as you're losing unconsciousness, as this claw is just crunching, breaking your bones under your armor, you feel that your rapier still in your hand, right, is like so streaming with pride, right, at this moment.
How does Magnus feel? Is he like, shit? I knew I shouldn't.
He's like, I was alive for all of 5 minutes after I possessed. This is bull.
Well, he actually
I picked a martyr. Why did I?
he
pick a
actually emerges. Bungo, you can continue your move. Yeah, because of Kylum going down, Magnus is ejected.
Back out.
Ejected? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Kylum's body, it is like, no! I was so close.
Can I quickly offer him shelter in my body, or does he immediately get like?
No. He can head in.
Okay.
It's like,
Seen people so eager for.
yes, my halfling
I
brother.
feel bad. This was Kylum's last wish, was to get this fucking ghost out of here.
Yeah. And he just gave his life.
By the way, guys, I'm carrying the artifact we came here for.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get you. We got you.
Sorry, Ray, are you still going there?
Yeah. So anyway, I started blasting. I don't have disadvantage on this.
Uh,
So pretend that's a 22 and a 16.
Okay. The 22 hits.
The 16 doesn't hit?
Nope. Clinks off of the hermit crab
Ooh,
shell.
nice.
All
I
right,
rolled max
7.
damage. All right, there's a 7. And then yeah, I'm gonna finish my movement to back off like to like here.
You think that's far enough away from the boulder?
I guess
The
I didn't.
boulder is rolling.
Oh
I guess
yeah.
I didn't think it would smash into the hallway, but yeah, okay, I'll go there.
You kind of look, yeah, and again, this boulder is gaining momentum. It's about like rolling out onto the floor, and Baroness,
Yeah. I look at the
body.
situation and I see we're in a bad way here. This boulder is a bad thing, but this crab, as long as it's still standing, we're in real bad shape. So here's what I'm gonna do, Zach. My eyes narrow and I reach onto my cloak and I pull off a star and I fling it at this crab, and I'd like to expend one of the stars from the Lesser Star Robe.
Absolutely.
Which says I cast Magic Missile as a 5th level.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So
Badass.
it's time to take this baby down. So
All
what
right.
do I roll for that?
5d4 plus 5. Oh no, sorry, you
doesn't
get
it
3.
start off
Right.
yeah.
3 plus 4 more, so 7. Sorry, 74 plus 7.
7d4 plus 5?
7.
Oh, plus
Yeah.
7.
My bad.
And here we go. 24 damage.
Your missiles like right. You're summoning, and the power of this place, right? It looks like these missiles sort of like arc across the ceiling, right? Igniting this glinting stars in the heavens of this room, and they power into this this crab, who is hunkering down as best he can, but you can see the missiles are drilling through. It is now bloodied and very, very angry.
Angry?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's turn.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't finished yet.
Yeah,
That
move,
was just
yeah.
my
Oh,
action.
that's fair.
I haven't moved at all. I think. Does it seem like if I move up here, that's 5, 10 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. Doesn't it kind of look like I might be able to have enough movement to move up here for 15 and move back or move up for 10?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe be able to grab him. I don't know if that would constitute my action, which I used.
Well, so what I'd say to pick people up and stuff, that's your use an object. You get a free use an object action, which is like drawing something from your pack, unsheathing a weapon, whatever, right? So as long as you don't do anything other than that, as far as in terms of your gear and whatever, or opening a door, you can just grab them for free.
Yeah, that's what I want to do, because I think I can move up for 10, grab him, move back for 10, that's 20, and then I'll use the next 10 feet to hopefully grab him and get to, like, here. If that makes sense. Grab him, and then move back to, like, here, basically.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah, so Kylum, you can move your token.
Is that what you're thinking?
Probably put you in front of me just so you're not in risk of the boulder.
And Magnus, you hear, no, don't leave me behind. But it is almost too late as Horus charges after you, right, passing through the spirit.
And getting crushed by the boulder.
Well, he charges, but in order to move that far on his little legs, he had to dash. And so the boulder creaks, crashes down, rolls across the floor, and it scrunches the crab
We're so good.
on the far end. And as hermit crab entrails are splattering over you, hey, I'm still here. Bungo, you wanted me in, yes?
Well, you need a new host, right? Presumably.
Yes, sir.
Putting it.
That's right. And I can give you skills. Kylum can tell you, if he wasn't.
If we have time, I can use my healing kit to stabilize the creature point, and I'll also expend a use of healing kit to.
Right. Well, Kylum will have to make one death saving throw because it will have gone to his turn.
Ooh,
very nice. All right. So yeah, you can stabilize and or heal him.
Yeah. So I'll stabilize. I guess I have to stabilize before I heal him, right?
No, if you heal him, he automatically stabilizes.
Oh, how? But I have to heal him. Right?
No, there's no negatives. When you heal, it just starts from 0 and goes up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, then I'll heal him.
Break out the healer's kit. So Bungo, are you gonna resist?
No.
All right. So Magnus possesses you.
Maximum healing. I'm patting your, asking you to follow the finger, all of that, even though I can't see your eyes, Kylum. I wake you up. Welcome back to the land of the living, my friend.
Is everyone okay?
Well, save for Horace there. Yes.
Omarin's gonna come back and be sad.
I am also kind of sad about it.
Sad about it.
I'm kind of helping, Kyle him up and.
Hey.
I kind of think this is Bungo's fault that he had to get smushed because we were like, we could just run away and he lived happy ever after.
Well, Bungo
Bungo's-
slipped.
Yeah, it was an honest mistake.
Yeah,
but-
I mean,
But it's, we went to great lengths to try to be his friend, and you know what? Sometimes friendships work, sometimes they don't. It's just kind of part of life,
It's just a tragedy to have to kill such a beautiful creature.
Well,
I
But
think
I-
we
Now
proceed.
for the
I
long.
appreciate the
everyone
rescue,
is-
by the way. Thank you very much for getting me out of there.
Yeah,
Not
no
letting me get
kidding.
pushed.
Of course.
Thank you, Kylan,
Nope.
for the help.
don't mention it. I would like to come peek in here and see what's going on with this thing.
All right.
Kylan, how many hit points do you have?
Maximum or currently?
Just maximum. I'm just curious.
11.
Oh, okay, cool. I fucking healed you right the fuck up. That's a doctor.
That
I
is a
can
doctor.
see everybody's health bars. Can you not, Blake?
Oh, I didn't even. Yep, I can see all those. But I wanted a little bit of interaction, character to character.
for the
and that's
chat.
not something I would really know.
We're
Do
trying to
you
make it
feel
clear to
fully
everyone.
healthy?
I feel as healthy as I am
Would you mind
mechanically
leaving a
allowed.
review on my LinkedIn?
All right.
I feel like
So
I'm ready to leave this place.
yeah, are you guys gonna play around with the orrery, or are you guys gonna head out?
Just
this
wanted to
warrior.
examine it to see if we could get a blessing on ourselves again or something right before we jump in the pool. That would be great. So I just wanted to see if it looked like it was reset to the good effects, or if it looked like it was still keeps doing the opposite of the good effects. Because a lot
Well,
of
it's
things
not
have reset
necessarily.
here.
Yes, it's not necessarily that it's always opposite, or
Maybe I just misremembered how it worked, but I thought that's what it was.
well, yeah, for the bless and bane, right? It's basically the orrery doesn't want you to be greedy about blessings.
Let's take a swim.
But
Wait,
yeah, it
can
doesn't
we-
look like it reset back to its.
No.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I just look at it and kind of look at the others and shake my head.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have a bardic inspiration I probably will use on this swim. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna lose it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so you need to make a Constitution athletics check. If you have a swim speed, you have advantage. Of course, Bungo, you could use more inspirations or what have you if you wish.
Constitution athletics. So that
So
would
roll-
be +6 for me.
Probably.
You're proficient in-
Constitution is. Yeah, I'm proficient in Constitution saves, or in athletics, and then I have plus. Or no, I have +1 for Constitution, so that would be.
But you get one as well from your cloak.
Oh right,
Okay.
so I have 2 + 2. Okay, so it's 4.
Sweetness, knowing that this is going to be difficult for him, would like to empty his water skin.
Oh boy.
And
Well-
I'll shoot you an inspiration, Sweetness, too. Since I can give one to somebody before I swim.
And Zach, I have
that.
rolled a 1, so
Yeah.
I think what I'd like to do is definitely use my inspiration and also use one of my spirit points
All
from the
right.
book to add a D4.
Very nice. So you call upon your tome.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I'm at a 5 total right now, but maybe with some luck of bardic
Yeah.
and other worldly inspiration, we'll see here. Wow!
No.
Woo! Not today.
You know how books do in water? Not great.
Well, this one actually isn't affected by water. unduly.
This book found me in the water, you see.
However, this book also is very heavy and weighs you down. And, you know, you could feel you've been going through a growth molting, and you feel you got all these old scales on you, and it's just been uncomfortable. So you take 2 levels of exhaustion.
Right.
But you do reach the other side, but you are just coughing up water, you know.
I honestly think not only am I physically exhausted and coughing, but given given Varanus's backstory, I think he probably suffered the trauma of his near drowning experience from his failed shipwreck voyage. So I just think he is in a state when he emerges. Like he's basically like shivering in a corner and reliving his near death. He's anybody else who sees him on the other side will see quite a shook dragonborn.
Yeah. Sweetness, where did your token go?
I don't know. Where am I?
Maybe you got
I'll
deleted?
refresh for whatever reason and see if that does it.
Well, I can just drag you.
Well, so what Sweetness is gonna there? Do I have access to me?
Should?
For whatever reason, it
Oh,
does not seem as
weird. All right, let me.
In any case, I look. I still have access to my sheet, so I can still do my stuff.
Yeah.
So Sweetness empties his water, thing, and again, he's gonna it's got some air in that, so squeeze his water and get an extra gulp of air. And then, and he's quite worried about the swim. So yeah, I'll dive in. That can give me some kind of bonus, but if I start struggling, I'm thinking I could suck all the air out of my now emptied water skin.
I think that's a great idea. So you go roll with advantage on it.
So what am I rolling first?
You're using your Constitution with Athletics proficiency if you have it.
So I don't have athletics proficiency, so
okay, so just your Constitution. Yeah.
Zach, could you move me to where I am? My token. I forget exactly where it leads. I don't want to go where I'm not.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
God, still rough. I think I'll use Bardic I'll use Bardic Inspiration.
Yes. All right.
So that adds a D6.
Yep.
Okay, so.
All right, nice. So 1 by 1, you emerge. After having done that swim, and although Varanus took the worst of it, Kylum also your armor, although you are quite fluid in it, still weighed you down during that whole trek. So you have 1 level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
But Omorin, Bungo, easily able to make the swim, and Sweetness, inspired, powered you through it. Yeah, definitely underwater. Varanus is not doing great, but you are now can see the tunnel and the light of the fading sun is coming from far off in that tunnel, but it looks like a straight shot to the exit.
And so you had like level 2 when I.
Yes, as you enter the evening sky, you feel somehow greatly more experienced than you ever were before.
Oh yeah.
And you advance to level 2. Kylum and Varanus, both for your heroic deeds against the crab, especially holding the line and rescuing folk. Your ancestral items each gain a spirit point as well,
Sick.
which you can spend on any upgrade or save Well, no, you can just spend it because you can replace old upgrades later when you get more points. So
Cool.
yes.
Very cool.
All right. Well, from Streamland, thank you all for joining us. We enjoyed having you. And tell your friends, they can check out these videos every other Tuesday currently. And see you next time. And thanks for watching.
Guys,
Yep.
see ya.
See ya.